So, we're going to jump into a brief recap of the last game. To the Centaur's dismay, she was sidelined most of last game, having to play Chariot for the party and the Pony Express, with little to no action. But the party was able to create their ballista monstrosity and assemble it and actually proceed out to the bandit camp, in which they proceeded to heed her words and cause absolute chaos. To their surprise, it was a little bit more reinforced than they were expecting. But on that front, there was a giant ogre-ish-like zombie that they managed to more or less handle, with almost killing the centaur in the process. From there, they proceeded to blow up various sections of the actual bandit stronghold, causing more mischief. Using their holy ballista grenade of whatever you want to call it at this point. And the party was left standing in front of an opening to the centralized building, looking inside to whatever monstrosity awaited them, preparing for their first taste of actual combat outside of their sibling squalls. So, tonight, we're going to jump right into it, and we're going to switch over. Alright, everybody. Roll that fucking initiative.
Got it. Let's go. First one of the night. That was a natural one.
I got a
Awesome.
10.
Alright, I'll go around the board and gather them all.
The luck has run out.
Cayenne. 10 total.
Yes.
Augie.
Modified 20.
Oh, shiitake mushrooms.
And you were saying I was going to be last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mongo.
18.
What the fuck? Nikolai.
8.
Scav.
That would be a 1.
That's alright.
Oh, the luck ran out.
Alright. Let's just go right down the list on this side. Let's see how stacked this initiative is. So what are your guys' odds of survival?
You're the DM.
I think some are more
Odds
likely to
of
survive
survival.
than others.
With you as the DM, 9 to 1.
Ooh, that's nice. Oh, wrong button. That was supposed to be a 2. Alright, what's your modifier there, Augie?
Modifier is 1.
1. Alright, well, you're at the top of the initiative, surprisingly.
Fantastic. So, if I remember the scene correctly, we have the great critter in front of us. Oh wait, no. Have the explosives already gone off that we set up at the door?
Yes. Currently, you're
Okay.
looking inside at a few shambling zombie people and one very large something or another standing behind them, basically using them as a meat shield. A lot of inside is shrouded in darkness.
I also remember that the heap came crashing down on them, is that correct?
Some of it did, but not directly on them.
Okay. Then Augie is going to step up, pull her hammer out, and just straight up charge.
Alright.
Whichever is the first critter in her way, she is smacking the ever-loving crap out of.
There is a poor zombie standing there that happens to be staring at a plank that is on fire. Go and roll that
Fantastic.
attack.
That's going to be a 13 to hit.
Oh, yeah. that'd do it.
Fantastic. So that is 8 and 5 makes 13.
13. Let's see. So you move up to this poor, shambling excuse of a former living being, and you whole cock it, catching it in the back of the head, compressing its head into one of the support beams.
Fantastic.
With a very sickening thud as blood splatters in both directions, its head half caved in now, and an eye just looking like a popped cherry tomato.
Ugh. Don't like that.
Well, you'd rather have missed?
She was hoping for it.
I'd
too.
rather have just its head is gone and
Oh, okay. A little too
Yeah,
careful.
covers the area.
But it's just no head. Let's see. All right. So as you're standing there, Augie, you look over your shoulder, and you can get a better glimpse at this thing, and it kind of pushes up a little, making guttural like animal sounds, mixed with chirping and some sort of unidentified animal. And it just moves its hand, and you see one of the things that you've disposed of, and it flings it in your direction. Oops, wrong one. Oh,
Roll
okay.
to evade.
Roll to evade. But it clumsily throws it in your direction, and it hits the wall and just leaves a splatter of intestines and viscera across the wall instead of you. All right. Hey, Mongo, you're up.
Oh, God. Oh, what the hell am I going to do? Want to see if there's a back entrance?
You guys should have thought this out before.
Yeah. I will stealth my way around to the back side of the building.
All right. So you're disengaging. Roll that stealth.
Let's see how well this works. That'd be an 8.
So you kind of about face, and everybody in the vicinity is watching you scamper off. And you scamper through a puddle of like blood and water, and it's all over your peat paws.
Oh, fuck's sake. I think it's water. Open it.
It's a little sticky.
Ew.
All right. Oh yay! That makes me happy. Oh, that's a cool feature. All right. Nice. Okay. So as you're standing there a bit distracted, Augie, one of the zombies comes up and tries to grab at you, but it can't quite grab your arm. But another one comes up, finds that soft spot behind the plating on your armor, and just bites into your soft underarm.
Oh no. Augie, you want to turn into a zombie?
Ugh.
And
Don't
that's
like that.
and you just feel the sharp teeth just sink in that have been broken in for 5 points of damage.
Oof. I gotta stay away from these things. Why?
No, you don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Cayenne, you're up next. Nikolai, you're after Cayenne.
Cayenne is going to attempt what she did last time before she was carried out her pouty mood. She's going to, as slowly and carefully as she can, make her way back into the building to investigate the towering carrion thing.
Alright, so you're going to try and communicate with it?
Yes.
Roll a nature. Think of what you're doing, Nikolai.
I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's
Him and I have
24.
already spoke.
24. As you go in to communicate with this thing, it kind of tilts its head at you, very bird-like. And you see it bring its hand up. in your direction, as if it's going to do something. You're not exactly sure what it's going to do.
Just in a non-threatening way, continue to approach. To show I'm not a threat. Just want to figure out what's going on.
Alright. Oh, okay. That's gonna be bad. Can you do me a will save, please?
That was a 1.
Oh no.
Oh. So as you're standing there and you're trying to make peace with this thing, it brings its hand up, and you can see almost like dead fragments floating from the ground. And then you just feel the barrier between you and the other plane just kind of give out a little bit as you feel like an ebb inside of you as this thing just yanks its hand from you, and you see some of your glowing life force yanked out of you for 6 points of damage. That is necrotic damage.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And you guys all see this, and you've never seen anything like this before. All right. Nikolai.
Nikolai and Mongo had discussed about seeing if we can go around the back to see if we can get away, get that other barrel in the backside.
You're gonna try and go and sneak off too?
Yep.
Roll stealth.
It's not like things were really combatants.
Oh, we already know Mongo's a coward.
Coward, that's hard. That's a little harsh. That's an 11.
An 11? So you kind of start to wheel away, and one of the shambling things starts lurching after you very, very quickly.
Okay. Do I have? Can I pick up the pace? Double hit it?
Yeah. You'll
Okay.
forego the rest of your action.
Yeah, I'm not intending. I'm just waiting. I'm just trying to catch up with Mongo anyway. So.
Augie and Cayenne, you have an attack of opportunity
Fantastic.
on this one that's quickly trying to go after the little round ball.
And it's a little round ball goes much faster now.
18 to hit.
18, that hits.
Use Thorn Whip
That's for
to try to hit.
another 13.
Yeah, actually, you can use your melee attack with your spear. It should be equipped.
I'll do that. That's an 11.
Nice. Yeah. So as this thing starts shambling past both of you, you stick out your spear right through its midsection, the tip of the halberd. And Augie basically uses the upper part of the body as a tee for a for a golf ball, and Cole cocks a head clean off the shoulders.
Nice.
Nice.
The body stops for a few moments and reaches up, seeming to like grasp at itself, and then you just pull the halberd out a little bit, and it just kind of topples forward and just collapses on the ground. All right, Scav, you're up next.
All right.
What are you doing, my dude?
Well, seeing as what just happened to Cayenne, how clear of a shot would I have to hit this thing?
It looks clear enough.
I'm gonna take aim, fire an arrow. I'm pretty sure they're no longer blessed at this point.
It was 24 hours. We still have like 6 hours left.
Oh, there we go. One way to find out.
All right.
Nice.
Natural 20.
So you're trying to fire out the thing?
Yeah.
All right, roll that damage.
Alright. I lost my bow. Here it is.
Well, I guess you can't make an attack with if you lost it.
That is 15 points. Oh, plus if it's still. Are they still blessed?
High or low?
Let's go high.
It's only a fraction still blessed because you fired off quite a few of them already.
Okay. It's an additional d6 for that, right?
Yep.
21. That would be 21 total altogether.
Pretty solid damage there.
This is really lucky rolls right now. With one really unlucky start.
So. Okay. It's gonna be like that then. So, the one zombie that you have pinned against the wall, it starts to try and turn its body around. You can hear the muscles in its neck starting to tear a little bit as it's trying to grab onto you, but it just can't seem to find you without being able to see you. And Augie, it's back to you.
Fantastic. Are there any critters around me besides the big, angry crow screeching thing?
The one you have pinned against the wall and the one that's currently chewing on your arm.
Oh, the one pinned against the wall isn't dead. Okay.
Nope. Not quite.
I'm gonna go for the one chewing on my arm.
Alright.
Seems smart.
So that's a 15.
That hits very easily, because it's a zombie.
For a whole 9 damage.
I mean, 9 damage is 9 damage, so that's nothing to snuffle up this.
True. But still, Augie is very upset that she kind of whiffed that, according to her.
You bring the hammer out and you go to swing, and some of the blood is on your hand, and you let the hammer slip, and it goes down, and it hits it right in the knee, and the knee goes backwards in the opposite direction.
Oh!
With a loud sickening, almost like you're breaking a chicken leg in half.
Actually makes my knee physically uncomfortable.
You'll be next after this one.
Mm-hmm.
So plan accordingly.
Yep, already know what I'm doing.
So what are you doing? What are we doing?
Okay.
Oh. Oh, she said
Nice.
Find a way, because there's no way.
So, as you're standing there, Augie, and you're looking at this injury, you see the knee instantly recorrect itself, and the zombie you had taken out, you see it kind of come back together and taking pieces from other zombies around there, and it re-stands back up, and its head is kind of like an amalgamation of like two different zombies. And the one against the wall, you kind of start to see it just start to reform a little bit.
Oh,
As
great.
well.
They're Junkion zombies. Yes. Awesome.
I don't like any of this.
Good. You're up, Mongo. You're outside. You don't know what the hell's going on in there.
Yep. I'm looking for a back entrance.
Do an investigation.
24.
24. You pitter patter around to the side. And eventually, you spend the rest of your movement getting to the very back. You do see basically a doorway that is now collapsed, and there is a pool of liquid under it, and the boards are currently kind of still smoldering. And you realize you're gonna have to probably crawl through some pretty gross gunk to get to the other side, military style.
I do not like it.
With that, the two zombies are going to go. And they're looking at Augie like she's a delicious snack.
No.
The one that you attempted to cave the knee in on turns back around and almost unhinges its jaw. You can see the side tissue on its cheeks starting to tear a little bit as it opens its mouth and just bites down on your arm, on the inner bend of your forearm. Let's roll that damage. That's only 3 damage.
Only 3.
Yeah, you got this. You're good. And the other one really doesn't find any purchase on you. Cayenne. You are up. Nikolai, you're after Cayenne.
Mm-hmm.
After what had just happened, I am going to use Cure Wounds on myself. And then continue to try to communicate from a distance. And just ask it to stop to speak.
Alright,
Essentially.
since you're actually fairly new on this, Cure Wounds will not heal necrotic damage.
Okay. Still going to try to communicate from a distance.
Yep.
Essentially try to get this thing's attention, ask it to stop and just speak with me.
Stop
To
using...
just distract. If I can.
Alright, roll a religion. I found a bug. It's
That
pretty
was
great.
a 5.
You're more boggled at this, and you're like. Also, feel free to communicate amongst yourselves per usual about your current living situation. A 5, you kind of like try to find the words, and this thing looks at you again, and you're just kind of like. Because you think if you continue speaking at this moment, it might do that same thing again to you. Hey, Nikolai, you're up,
Did I
buddy.
catch up with my brother?
You eventually do, and you nearly bump him into the pool of liquid.
Okay, cool. Hey, well, I had to get away from that zombie thing. Did you find an entrance yet? Okay, I'll go look. I'll go see if they find a way in the back. So search.
I point right at it.
Oh, you found one?
Yeah, as you're going
Okay.
to go search, your sibling there points it out.
Okay. Can you go get the barrel? I'll see if we have a clear way through.
I'm fairly certain the barrel's not going to fit through this.
Oh, it's too small.
You look at it and you walk over and you point at it, and the fact that your nose would barely be above liquid to actually breathe.
Okay, so what am I looking at?
So it's a doorway.
Uh-huh.
It's caved in, and all the wood is currently embering and still slightly on fire. And then underneath there is a pool of liquid that Mongo's determined that you can basically military crawl through. But he would barely. His nose would just be out of it, but the rest of his head would be submerged.
Okay.
He doesn't know actually how deep or anything that it is currently.
Okay, so does it look like we can get the barrel through or not?
Do
Just
an
looking at
investigation on
Okay.
it.
Investigation, 23.
23. You roll over there a little bit and you put your arm in the liquid
Uh-huh.
to determine a depth on it.
Mhm.
And it only is probably about that deep.
Okay.
And the barrel is way too big to fit through there.
I have another idea.
Okay. Quick.
This thing's going to take a long.
Uh-huh.
Maybe we get the bear in another spot. The whole fucking thing down on top of whatever the fuck that is.
Yeah. Take a look. Examine the space to see if, on this backside, to see if there's some place that looks like if we blow this barrel up right here, it'll cause a lot more damage.
Do a tinkering check for me.
$19.
Stab, you'll be up in shortly, so figure out what you want to do. 19?
Mhm.
You kind of examine it for a moment and you take your time doing that.
Mhm.
You can hear the combat from the other side of the actual building, and you're like, it could probably cause damage.
I think we can probably bring most of it down if we put it right here. Wherever here is. According to her.
How sure are you?
I'm pretty sure, man.
It'll do it.
I'm pretty sure.
Just gotta get that there.
I mean, I think, do I still have some more gunpowder?
You do have a little bit left.
Put it on the barrel.
Go get the barrel.
All
When it's
right.
my turn.
Get the barrel and set it up. Put the gunpowder up, light the thing up, and run away. Or should you run around and tell our siblings to get the fuck out of there right now?
Anyway, meanwhile,
Once I got the barrel over there.
I set it up. You go tell
that
her.
does nothing. Okay, well that was short-lived excitement.
So, I'll get the barrel. Get it
Scav, you're up.
Alright, seeing exactly how much trouble that Augie's in at the moment,
United.
I'm gonna help her out and deal with some of the
Okay.
zombies around her. Fire an arrow at the one that's causing her the most trouble right
Ow, hey! Good lord, Sparta. I have a DM question for you, hon.
Yo,
You have this thing where we can swap our initiative positions.
yes.
How would I do that when Nikolai's here and Scav's over here?
You'd
And
have to
there's a building between us.
You'd have to go back and communicate.
So if Mongo goes over and communicates the intention,
Yes.
that can work.
Yes.
Okay. So do that for me too. Because that way everybody can get out since Scav goes last.
Behold, the new
I'll
Pony
blow the
Express.
place up.
Yes, that's what we agreed on. I'm gonna get the barrel over there.
Yeah, but him and I have to switch initiative so that everybody can get out.
Yo, immersion there, buddy.
now. That's a 24 to hit.
On one of the zombies?
The zombie that's causing Augie the most trouble right now.
Oh yeah, that more than definitely hits.
That's 11 points.
Plus the bless damage.
That's with the bless.
Augie, as this one that just bit your arm, it kind of rears up for another bite. An arrow goes right past the back of your neck and right into its head and sticks right in its actual eye socket, splattering some of the eye goo on your face.
Mm.
And how much damage was that again? Hey,
Oh, that would be 11.
okay. We're at the very bottom of the initiative. This is fun. Alright, Greg, don't fail me now. Greg, you failed me.
Your dice is named Greg.
I think the zombie's named Greg.
Well, fair enough.
We're back to the top with Augie.
You know, the party is supposed to survive these fights. We want Greg to fail.
You know, that might actually make a great shirt. We want Greg to fail.
Alright, well, Greg is hopefully getting his head caved in.
Greg is the one that was going for a side of horse.
Oh, okay. Well, who is the one that's been biting me? Is that Rodney then?
That's Mr. Keen.
Okay, Mr. Keen, 18 to Mr. Keen.
Oh yeah, that definitely hit.
I had a teacher named Mr. King. Actually, really liked him. A really good dude.
That's 10 points of damage.
So as this impact hits and splatters goo across your face, you bring your hammer around at full force, like you're hitting a piece of hot metal. You hit him right in the crown of his head, and it caves in the crown of his head, goes all the way straight down, caving his head into his neck into his chest cavity. And you hear the spine collapse in the midsection as you collapse his legs, and your hammer finds the ground through the pile of what was formerly a person meat sack.
Who's
Can
hungry?
I use a bonus action to just kick that meat sack away?
Roll for it. Roll to punt. Roll athletics there.
Athletics, that is going to be 14.
14. You kick this meat sack away from you, and it goes past the weird bird zombie thing and hits a wall, and you guys, both of you guys are outside, and you just get splattered with blood and viscera from an unknown source.
Collateral damage!
And there's just an arm hanging from the window frame on broken glass.
Do you need a hand?
No. You got that barrel over here yet? I need to rig that fuse. It needs to be short, but not entirely short. I need it short enough to get away.
All
The
right.
last one was too short.
Oh, I feel so sorry for Mr. King. He has died.
Well, this time he's dead.
Oh, he's very much dead. His buddy's going to try and avenge him now. Oh,
Greg's
yay.
gonna Greg the Avenger.
Come on, Tommy boy. Go for a snack. It's okay.
I have been snacking.
Oh my god. Okay.
Could have called out there.
So this bird-like creature moves again and brings the staff down. You see the bobbins on it glow a little bit as it slams it into the ground. You see some of the stuff move closer together, and while you're outside, you see some of the dead pieces start moving towards this thing.
Oh, it's a really disgusting T-1000.
Instead of liquid metal,
You're up,
liquid
buddy.
flesh.
I'm trying to haul my fuzzy ass over to the other barrel as fast as possible.
Oh my god, I'm just picturing a waddling, like, almost like a weird little waddling thing, yeah.
Munchkin Cat Run?
Yeah, Munchkin Cat Run. Little tiny legs patter across the ground. Alright. You get over to the barrel. And I need you to roll in athletics to roll this thing back.
Oh, good.
You can do it.
Cayenne, you're up after the next enemy.
Allegedly. Athletics, you said?
Yeah.
12.
12. You slip a little bit and nearly fall on your face in the mud and goo. It's been spread around the vicinity. But you start to roll this, and you're rolling it through it, and you can feel it sticking to your paws every time you roll it a little bit. And some of it's kicking up and splattering on you.
I can just see that he pushes it. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a cat walking through jam, just with each paw shake.
That sounds about right.
Hey, Tom, can we turn that into your new dance? Just
I am not legally allowed to dance in public. Long, painful story that we will not get into because of non-disclosure agreements.
So you eventually roll it back over to where it needs to go. And you just kind of let it go, and it just kind of rolls, and it hits the pool of liquid, and it just kind of bobs a little bit there.
Well, there's part of it done.
I get to work. You go tell people
Yep.
when this is going to happen.
Burning the rest of your movement?
Yep.
All right.
You're not finishing this. I'll switch now. Or will it be
No.
gets there, I guess.
No,
Oh, okay.
stop.
Okay. Sorry.
Don't do that.
Okay.
So this other zombie sees that you have compacted his friend, looks a little bit startled, and then just lunges at you. And let's see what he does. Oh, he actually does something. That's nice. That is 5 points of yomping damage to you. As he rears up, as you start to turn a little bit, he lunges at you, misses his mark, but bites right underneath your arm, almost into the armpit, into that toral muscle. And Cayenne, you're up.
Cayenne is going to move in within reach and, without thinking much, is going to attack the big guy with her halberd.
Alright. I'm gonna let the Zombo take an attack of opportunity on you because you moved past him. I think that actually hits. I'm sure it does. Yep. So as you go to move in on this bigger one, the one that tried to take a bite out of you, turns, grabs your pack, and just bites down on your side. Not your upper side, your lower side. And just finds purchase, and you can feel like a single tooth sink into your actual flesh.
That's going to piss her off, and she's going to try to stick claws into eyeballs and yank them out.
Alright, roll your attack on that one. The zombie has successfully done its job of distracting the horse.
That's a 24
Oh, that definitely hits.
and 4.
And 4. Okay. Let's see what this does to this poor guy. You do find the eyes of this thing, and you do sink your thumbs all the way into its eye sockets until they actually burst. And they just splatter up along your arms. You don't really care. And you just kind of push it away after you do that. Now you're dealing with a blind zombie. Nikolai.
Yes, I'm setting up the new bomb.
New bomb?
Yep.
Okay. Roll a tinkering. I'm gonna laugh. You rolled
See
a
if
1.
I blow up first.
Please.
18.
18. All right. You kind of get it all set up, and you stop it from moving. You put some rocks against it so it's braced, and you set a fuse. It's actually a reasonable fuse now.
Okay. I want it literally just long enough I can light it and run 30 feet that way and not get blown the fuck up.
Okay. All right. You have done that. Now moving on to the next person. It's going after a scabbard. Scab, you're after these two. Wow. That poor fucker.
Scab or the zombie?
Huh?
Scab or the zombie?
Scabbard the zombie?
Yes.
Oh,
So you would say he's bite-sized.
Oh god.
No, you see one of the zombies turn, and its leg kind of twists a bit odd, and it falls over. You can make an attack of opportunity on it.
We'll do exactly that. Alright. Sorry, I forgot how to math. 17.
17? Yes, that hits.
That's 5. 9 points altogether.
As the zombie trips and falls over its own contorted leg, you pull up your bow and you aim past the one that's charging you and fire at this one. And it lets out a guttural moan, and you fire the arrow, and it goes right into its mouth and down its throat, and you can hear it hit the ground with the sickening wetness.
Okay.
The big one, though, however, that you were shooting past, lunges over and collapses on top of you. I need you to make a acrobatics or strength.
Shit, okay. That's an 18.
An 18? Alright. You do manage to avoid it collapsing on top of you, but it does grab your leg as you try to get away, and it just bites down into your leg. And you can hear it just hit the actual, like, thigh bone as the teeth grind against its
Alright.
And that's 10 points of damage as it tears away a large chunk. It doesn't rip the meat out, it just tears it away from the actual bone.
Ow. First of all. Also, help!
Help!
Alright, Billie Jean, let's see what you got. Nothing. You're too busy staring at the pretty fire. Augie, you're up.
The pretty fire.
Alright, so there should be one more on top of me, is that correct?
Correcto.
Fantastic.
It's currently chewing on your underarm.
That is going to be 22 to hit.
That is a hit. I'm surprised you guys haven't rolled any actual 20s on attack yet.
I'm actually starting to roll high, yay! Hey, there's another high roll, 15 points of damage.
Nice.
Did you just curse yourself?
Might have.
By praising your high rolls?
Alright. So the zombie that you really don't appreciate chewing on your underarm, you bring the back end of your hammer around and just hit its lower jaw, and you hear it snap and twist, and it flops over after the flesh tears, and it's almost wearing its own lower jaw like a hat.
Oh.
Dang.
Scab, go ahead and go.
Alright,
Now that you're experiencing a little bit of trauma.
It's probably the first time I'm gonna use it.
Medic!
Medic!
Please help! Using the kobold grovel cower. So, hey, you all have advantage.
As he's bleeding like a water fountain over there.
But yeah, anything that's within 10 feet of me, you guys have advantage on now.
That would be Augie and Cayenne and yourself.
And any enemies nearby too would have any, they have advantage against them.
Okay, yeah, I'm aware of how it works.
That's all I can do. I guess
You could attack.
that's a full action.
Oh.
That's why
Right.
it's like, oh, what do I do?
Alright,
That's all I can do.
alright. Let's see, okay. Boss time. Let's see what the boss does.
Yeah, that's all I can do.
The boss does more or less the same action the last time. You can see things sliding across the ground towards its direction. Hey, Mongo, you're up. You get to the front and you can see this. You can see a zombie attempting to chew on Cayenne, and she's basically removed its eyeballs.
Oh.
And you look over and you can see Scabbard basically crawling backwards on the ground, like a backwards crab, and you can see just blood just pouring from his leg.
Right. Run over to Scav. Like, time to go. This way.
Agreed.
Okay. Sisters. Other way.
I'm super close to the
Yeah,
big
we-
boss
we-
guy.
we've
Getting
got to-
through these
No.
shambling
Just
things.
trust me on this. A little bit of backing up,
Augie,
and
grab,
then we can try to go again.
Augie, grab the ballista. I left it there.
Augie's probably like, fuck the ballista.
We're
In a,
bringing more chaos.
for the actual arrangement for visual sakes, the boss is directly ahead. Augie, you're off to the left a little bit of it, just out of range. In the mid part of the room is where Cayenne is with the other zombie, and Scav, you're behind Cayenne. being dragged away by Mongo at this point. All right. So you're now dragging him away. That poor guy is dead, and this other one's going to attempt to do something to Augie without a lower jaw. Just simply smacks you with a very moist arm. Does no damage, just very weakly flails at you.
tries to rend your flesh with that part of his jaw. Just scraping with the top teeth.
Oh, that would actually hurt a lot, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Good. Alright, so now that poor guy is done, Cayenne, you are up. Nikolai, you're after Cayenne.
Okay, I thought.
Noticing,
We're switching.
Not until next turn.
noticing Scav being dragged off. Annoyed, she'll retreat,
Alright.
and that'll be it.
As you, the one that you're trying to attack is now at a severe disadvantage. You see it just kind of spin around a little bit, trying to like shamble in a direction. Just all the noise is rather confusing to it. That was a 1 on its part, so you may make an attack of opportunity as you're leaving.
Wow.
Crow hop and hind kick
Go and roll it.
toward the head. That's a 25,
Oh, that definitely
Nice.
hits.
and that is 11.
Oh. You crow hop and you kick it in its head, and you hear a very wet thunk. Mongo and Scab, you see this, as do you, Augie, as its head just snaps backwards and the entire neck section tears apart. You can see the glistening esophagus and throat of it as its head is still attached to the body, the spinal cord not severed, but it's flopping back and forth. Now, behind it.
A broken pest dispenser.
Nice.
Nikolai, you're up, buddy.
Can I see if my family has retreated yet?
Nope, you're a midget.
Okay. Shit.
You're rather diminutive in size there.
All right. I will try to listen as hardly as I can to hear if I hear my sisters still fighting.
Roll a survival there.
Ooh, fuck. I'm gonna blow you guys up. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
That's a 1.
Yes!
I'm so sorry. You guys are gonna blow. I'm gonna blow up my siblings. This is terrible.
You're gonna be blown up.
Yep, you're gonna be blown
I'm
up.
not even gonna die.
If survival happens, there will be a death for sure.
So,
Nikolai.
So, Nikolai, you're standing there and you're panicking a little bit, and you kind of roll back and forth in your wheel, and you're like, okay, they're probably clear. And you immediately light it and just
Yep.
just roll right away as quickly as possible.
Yep.
All right, now we have a timer.
Fuck, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, fuck.
Let's see how many rounds you guys have until this thing goes boom. Oh, well, now I roll a 1.
Oh, fuck.
I swear to God, if Mango fucking dies, you're gonna find out just how many things of Nerf I have in my truck.
I know. I'm sorry. It's.
Told you not to use that one.
No, it was roll. That's the last one I rolled was a 17, 18, and a 19.
Hey, Augie, you may make an attack of opportunity against this other zombie because it completely whiffed you. It goes to lunge at you and bite you and ends up biting the wall.
Ow.
And it's currently trying to chew on the wall as if it's an extension of you, somehow causing you physical pain.
Oof, maybe that.
25 to hit.
Yeah, you're good.
And that is 13 points of damage.
That does some damage. Alright, Scav, you're up, dude.
I don't really know what much I can do while being dragged.
You can shoot.
I will attempt to fire my bow. Arrows I have left, actually.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
Augie is the only one still basically with her freaking tail in the fire. Were you evacuating or still fighting, Augie?
Augie is planning on doing one more smack and then leaving.
Okay.
This is. Let's see. That's a 20. Sorry. Yeah, 21 to hit.
The
21?
dice that killed
That
all
does
of
hit.
his siblings. Would be so sad if he kills one of his siblings.
14, that's 14 points damage.
But not
to
gonna notice he kills
strike
all of
the,
them.
the Zed.
14 points.
Correct.
Well, I mean, it'd be
As you're
more
being
sad
dragged
if it's
away,
all-
the one that took a glorious, not the one that took, the one that took a glorious chunk out of you. You fire off the arrow, and you hit it in its eye, and it goes through the eye socket out the where the jaw lines up, and it pins its head to its collarbone.
Nice.
Hey, Augie, you're up.
Yeah. Fantastic.
If it goes in the eye socket, it can go out here and then pin right here.
Yeah.
So for
Unless
that
you
one
had
more
a
smack,
upward
that's
kind of-
12 to hit
I guess.
on the one that's been biting me.
Yep, you would hit.
A whole 9 points of damage, and after that, she is fleeing.
All right. The one that's been chewing on you and is now wearing its jaw as a hat. You, instead of using your hammer, you reach over and you grab its head and you shove it into the wall out of all the pent-up anger at your siblings. And cave it in like a very sad cantaloupe, splattering the entire wall. Making a very beautiful, disgusting painting that a lizard folk would be proud of. And now you're running for the hills. All right. So, as you get out the front door, the entire area goes silent. I need Cayenne, Augie, Mongo, and Scabbard to make an athletics check or acrobatics.
Completely,
Oh,
totally
fuck.
off topic here.
That would be a 4.
The way that you describe the splatter,
Shit.
it kind of makes me wonder, was Jackson Pollock a lizard folk?
What'd you
That
get?
is a
14.
15
15?
from Augie.
Oh no! Did I just kill Scav and Mongo? No! No!
What was that, Mongo? What?
Oh no!
Scab?
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh no!
Danny's faces.
Oh,
Did we roll the fucking same?
Yep.
Oh,
As I am not a cruel god, I will give you guys a chance to save your two dumbass siblings.
Grabbing the kobold.
And roll in athletics.
Oh.
8.
Eight.
Oh no!
9.
Oh my god. Alright.
Oh, Nikolai just killed his brothers. Oh fuck!
I will haunt your fucking ass. I swear to Ceiling Cat.
Oh no!
Good bring it back up.
I need another d6.
Oh, that is never a fucking good sign.
Oh no! Oh
Dude, I can only imagine how angry Rachel would be. You have incurred Rachel to wrath.
Okay. Luckily, most of those were ones.
no! But looking at Scav's hit points there, don't think it matters much.
It ain't gonna matter much.
Oh, this is gonna be fun to add up. the gang blows up.
Well,
So,
that's the end of the campaign. Thank you, everybody.
Nikolai just becomes an alcoholic drinking on the street.
Yep. Or he'll hang himself, one of the two.
So, as you watch this fuse go off, you peek out and you don't see your siblings anywhere. And you watch as it blows up and the entire back structure goes flying in the opposite direction. And you guys on the other side see this huge amount of fire coming towards you, and debris and support beams and shards of things rolling across almost like a dust storm. And Cayenne and Augie, you grab your two small siblings that are looking like deers in a headlight and yank them as quickly as you can, throwing them onto the opposite side of you as you go tumbling over hoof and foot and body and everything and smash into a tent. You're reduced to 0.
Oh, I'm
I know, I'm aware. Luckily, the boss took most of it.
Oh, that's better.
That's good.
You've taken 13.
Oh.
Oh, just 13 points of damage. You're fine.
Yeah, not when you have 14.
Augie, you've taken 5. Cayenne, you're also reduced to 1.
Oh.
There is no noise except for the thudding of your heart in your chest
And the ringing in their ear?
and the ringings in your ear.
He's wondering what the fuck's going on.
You sit up, and you've been peppered with glass and shards and pieces of wood.
In pain.
You've never felt anything like this before. None of you have. But you all look around and check your injuries. And you see a scav has hit the table and bent at a very weird angle, not moving. His upper half on the table, his lower half just dangling precariously.
Shit. Well, since that was a glorious explosion, I'm stoked because there's a whole building in my way, so there's no way I could have seen them. I flamethrower in the left hand, produce flame with a little fire flame going up. 30's like, that was awesome!
And you just see structure just falling down into this thing, caving in. You do have a healing spell. You can actually heal Scav, and he won't die. Or you can use medicine to try and bring him up to stable. But with his spine at a 90-degree angle, I don't think that's stable.
Nah.
After a moment of celebration, I go find my siblings.
You start to roll around, and you see it looks like a explosion went off in this direction. The ground slightly caved in, debris spread everywhere.
You use cure wounds on Scav.
All right, go ahead and roll it.
Eight.
You very carefully reach over and flop his legs on the table, and you put your hand on his little chest, finding underneath the armor he's wearing, and speak to nature and summon nature's aid. And you can feel the warmth of nature swirl around you. Some of the grass comes back to actually being green, and you can see a few flowers blossom. And you focus this through your arm into Scav. Scav, you wake up in an immense pain and agony with 8 hit points, and he probably lets out a gasp of air underneath your hand. But you can't hear it because your ears are still ringing.
It doesn't hurt so much that you just lay there in pain.
I think the rest of the party can relate.
Yeah, fuck.
Screaming in agony, but nothing comes out.
Yeah, that pretty much. Been there.
You might hear his scream.
Oh no, it's just just a wheeze of air.
I needed 10 d6s for that.
God.
Nikolai, you come rolling around, very happy with your little
I'm all. This is awesome. You're
With
my
your-
brother
with-
and sister.
with your little Burning Man celebration going on. And you see the carnage that is caused, and you look over and you see your sibling barely hanging on to life. And your flames immediately go out.
Yeah.
Your arms drop.
And I jump out and I go over, like run over.
Cayenne will stomp
You
as
have
hard as she
3
can to
siblings
make a
at
crater in the
1
dirt near him if he
HP.
comes remotely close, because she will likely kill him if he does. No remorse, no give a fuck at all.
Cayenne does this, and you just immediately have to dodge away.
She does not give you a
Want me to
chance
roll?
to speak to her at all.
No,
Okay.
you don't have to.
Like,
She does
She-
not give you a chance
Mom,
to
did I
speak to
tell you
her at
guys to
all.
leave?
She will kick at you for speaking.
You don't hear the words because your ears are so ringing, but you can see his mouth moving.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
will kick at him for trying to speak to her.
I didn't hear. I listened. There was no noise, so I figured it was clear. And Mom was supposed to tell you to leave. Are you okay? What's going on, everybody? What can I do?
Nikolai, you can, Scab, you can try and communicate with hand signals.
What happened?
You guys, roll a con check. You guys.
Yeah, I'll try medicine on anybody who lets me approach them. I guess I'll go over to Mongo.
Yeah?
Right now is not my lucky day.
Oh, karma's come full circle for you. What'd you roll?
Oh, you know, just another single digit number that starts with a 0, the O, and with an E.
Oh. You roll off the table and you hit the ground and you feel something sink into you as you slide down something.
Oh,
And you look down and you see a piece of glass sticking through you. And you just reach out and pull it out for 2 points of damage.
Oof. Go over to Mongo and see if I can catch him up.
12 on that constitution.
Your hearing starts to warble back very badly.
14.
14. Same with you. Augie? What's your medicine?
18.
18? You see him immediately start pulling out
Oh, he comes anywhere fucking near me.
Rolled a 4.
a 4? Yeah, you're like, Mom. Mom. Mom.
Paw, throat.
You immediately feel a
Ground.
very fuzzy paw around your throat, and you can't get any words out as you're just squeezing.
You're
It's starting to,
supposed to wait the fucking signal!
I didn't hear anything! Like it was just dead quiet!
You see
All
his-
I heard was the zombies
Yeah.
moving!
you start to hear what he's saying.
Silence is not a signal!
Signal?
I fall down next to him and just. I'd cry, but it hurts too much.
Go over and try to hug you while I do medicine to patch you up.
He as you push him away, he starts to put bandages around your finger, your little paw.
I wrap it up the scratches that I see on your paw.
You guys
Trying
can
to
roll.
fight it off, but I don't know if I have enough
No.
right now.
I'm gonna attempt to patch myself up because I'm hurt. Oh, I'm hurt bad.
So, as you guys begin to evaluate the situation, your hearing comes back. You can probably see Cayenne literally steaming
Yeah.
in the cloudy weather.
Sorry. It didn't go right. It didn't go where it was supposed to.
You can speak to me when you're under the ground. And with that, she'll trot off and do medicine on herself.
Okay.
Augie is still wobbling around, holding her head, wondering what the hell just happened.
Oh,
All right. I'll try levity. I will literally actually dig a little hole and bury myself in it.
Roll a performance.
My medicine was bad.
What'd you roll?
A natural 1.
Fuck!
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
I'll find out what happens in a moment with you.
Yeah.
You go and you attempt to do medicine, but your hands are shaking so much you
2
just
ones in a row.
probably
that's
flop
going
over in some nice grass and lay there. Off to you. Roll a nature for me, please. What'd you roll?
That was a 1.
A 1?
Yeah, to try to bury myself. Just leave my head open. Just so I can talk to her.
You look around a little bit, and you try to and you start trying to dig a hole, and you guys look, and you those that are still in the vicinity, you see him trying to dig a hole, and you see him almost create a spark, and you see that there was actually another barrel buried here, and he almost catches it. Here, are you going to stop a
I
little
try
bit?
to stop him.
Roll a sleight of paw there.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god. You know, the title for this specific session is very on point.
Right?
That
Okay,
might work.
Please stop blowing us up.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. While he's doing this, you spot it and you use Mage Hand, almost like a just instantly out and just pick him up, and you start to flail a little bit that you wanted to bury yourself, and you look down and you see one of the barrels that you're almost digging into and caused a spark.
Okay.
And you
Thumbs up to Manga.
I drop him.
you're dropped into instantly a bucket of shit.
Okay.
You just hit this. You hit it, and it's almost like a sickening, like almost like slapping pudding, and you start to sink into it a little bit.
Crawl out.
And the smell hits you guys instantly
Oh.
because it's been there a while.
That was a 13.
13. You're laying in the grass, away from your siblings, and some cool air blows across you, and you can feel it just brush on your wounds, and it's kind of relieving a little bit, almost like a soothing feeling along your wounds, and it blows in the direction of your siblings, almost like nature is telling you to go in that direction.
I'll listen to it and move back.
You head back over. You can, and the smell hits you instantly as you approach, and you see Nikolai standing on the edge of a barrel, just matted with this feces viscera.
Find another hole to dig.
And you see the siblings all sit around, and this is probably the moment of levity you guys actually needed after surviving this situation. That out of dumb sheer luck, he almost blew himself up again, and then landed in a pile of shit. Quite literally to the situation that he's gotten himself into.
Start digging another hole. Because I want to talk to my sister and apologize.
And you see him go over and he starts pawing in the dirt and starts digging another hole in the mud.
Just make sure there's nothing there.
Yep.
But you can retrieve the barrel that is buried.
Carefully.
And you see him burying himself in,
just my
as per your wish.
I'm gonna attempt medicine.
Sorry,
myself.
Cayenne. As soon as I'm buried.
He's buried and
I
his
love
nose is
you.
sticking out.
Please forgive me.
She just glares in his direction. You don't understand metaphors, do you?
This was
Under the
going
ground
nice
means
What'd
deceased,
you roll?
now.
no
Another
longer
fucking
living, dead, as in what you could have made us.
You
What
see
you could have made me twice.
you see Scav get up and he trips over and he falls on another sharp object. For 3 points of damage. You do an investigation for me. And you have advantage on this because of your 20.
Those dice betrayed me.
Tell me
these
about
things.
it.
24.
24. You finish uncovering this barrel while you hear him talking, and you look at it and it seems a bit different. You pop the top off and you look inside, and it's filled to the very top with various items and gold pieces and silver pieces and bronze pieces. Not actual explosive.
That makes my day feel a little better.
You guys can do an investigation off the back of that.
And I close it. We're
So
taking this with.
I can
Well,
come out of
hey.
the mud, sister.
The new die worked, right?
I didn't tell you to dig a hole. She will be holding this grudge for a very long time, and she'll make that evident with her tone as she speaks to you in this moment.
You hear a piece of debris fall in the direction of the monstrosity.
Please tell me that fucking thing is dead.
So that was a natural 20 on the investigation.
What? Okay. Yeah. I will hop out. Tell them I've heard a sound. Get back in my machine and go over there.
And you see him just jolt off in that direction to go investigate it. You start looking around a bit, Scav, doing as a kobold does, and start investigating the area. And you go over and you start pulling at some debris, and you pull out this, what looks like a bow. And you it's way too big for you, and you're looking at it. And despite being buried in debris and probably flung across this entire camp, there's not a single mark on it.
I found a thing.
He's just dragging this giant bow over.
Scattered, shattered, disheveled, and discombobulated.
Probably using it as a crutch at this point.
Augie is going to step forward, look into the debris, bleary as fuck, and just investigate the ruins to find out if the thing they were fighting is actually dead.
Do an investigation there. You're over there with Nikolai.
So investigation, that's going to be a 21.
You start digging through the debris a little bit, lifting things up for Nikolai to roll under to actually investigate where you can't actually see.
Actually, if I was going into tight space, I'd just get out of the machine.
Okay. And you both begin to investigate. You do find fragments of what could have possibly been the thing, but you're not finding any evidence of it still being alive.
The general makeup of the debris, is it stone, wood, what?
It's mostly wood, like
Okay.
large wood support beams and things like that.
Okay.
You find the general
I'm
area.
looking for its head.
Its head?
I'm looking for its head.
You want a new hat?
That would be dope,
No.
actually.
I want proof that it's dead.
Actually, that would be a very good idea.
You can both do an investigation with advantage. You guys can carry on a conversation between the three of you.
So when we're feeling up to it and leaving, we're taking this barrel with.
Modified
Okay.
20.
I'm hurt.
23.
We all
Hurt
are,
bad.
While you lift up a large beam, Nikolai, you're kind of scurrying around between the debris, and you find the upper right portion of what's left of its skull,
Okay.
and you drag it out of the debris, and you hold it. You push it out in front of Augie. It's too big for you to carry.
Yeah. It's like maybe use my mage hand to alleviate 10 pounds of that.
Yeah.
Where did you find this?
In the mess!
Where in the mess?
About 10 feet that way.
Augie is going to go over there, push away some more of the debris, and hack off whatever is left of the neck, and pull out whatever is left of the head.
There's not much left. The head itself looks like it was just shattered into a million pieces.
Fantastic.
There's fragments
Throw it in a
everywhere.
bag.
You do find a few of the bobbins left over from the actual staff as well.
I was ready to get a staff, huh?
The staff is destroyed. Sheer concussive force made short work of that.
Damn.
But they do come back to you eventually, and Augie has a bag, and it's kind of a little bit heavy with something in it.
Augie, should I just burn this all to the ground?
Burn it. Burn
Okay.
everything.
Hop in my machine and just use all of my flamethrower grease and just on everything.
All right. Do you give the bobbins to Cayenne? Hello, Augie. You're the ones that has the bobbins.
Oh, I thought I had the head. I thought Nikolai picked up the other bit.
Nope, you have everything because you can actually carry them.
Alright. Yeah, I'll give whatever's left of the staff to Cayenne then.
Yeah, it's
See
not.
what she can do with it.
There's not much left, but there are some of the actual bobbins left from the staff.
I'll save them to take back to the druids to see if there's anything they know further about them.
Okay.
Once the pile of building is sufficiently burning, I will go around burning everything else.
You guys have a very nice bonfire to sit next to during the night.
Don't
Burn it
burn
down.
the tents.
Okay.
I
I'll
would
start
like
with the wall.
to try and find the big one because I feel like it might be a good idea to take its head back to the city and basically be like, "Hey, we took care of a bigger problem than you expected.
Do an investigation for me there.
We left it out in the field." 23.
You go out in the field, and he's gone for a little bit, but he comes back and he's just rolling the giant zombie head over in your guys' direction. The tongue flopping. It looks like it's been dragged across the ground a little bit,
Ugh.
and he just rolls it up to the group.
We have proof that shows that we took care of a bigger problem than expected now.
You two want to keep the weirdest shit.
Augie drops the bag in front of Scav and just lets it fall open with the shattered pieces of skull and entire upper right of skull.
Oh, good.
I
Even more
think we
proof.
have enough proof.
We have more
So
than
unless
enough.
you're carrying that yourself, we're leaving it here.
Throw it in the fire.
I'm gonna push it.
You go and you roll it into the fire.
Oh no, I'm pushing it back town.
Oh, he sits on it like a nice comfy chair.
Oh.
All the way back to town.
I don't like this at all.
I begin cleaning myself
Hey,
with precipitation.
I want you to roll a survival for me there, Scav. Okay.
That's a 14.
As you guys are sitting around watching this burn, Scav is sitting on the head, and your stomach growls a little bit. And you reach out and you just tear off a chunk of meat and just start chewing on it.
I fucking lose it.
He is a kobold.
Whatever.
I run off to the side
Pull off
and just
the ear.
start heaving. Yeah, it's whatever I had left in my stomach.
There's not much left.
No.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of stomach acid and
I'm with
hairballs.
Mongo here.
Have I got to everything but the tent's on fire?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just, everything's on fire.
Cayenne, I want you to go ahead and roll me a nature.
That's an 8.
An
Again.
8? An 8? Your dice are not happy tonight.
Digital? No.
Would you like some actual physical dice?
No, too loud.
Okay. So you kind of start to try and meditate a little bit on nature, and you look over and you see Scav chewing on a piece of the zombie head, and you're probably thinking to yourself, "That's not the sign you were looking for."
Which will make her move as far away from the entire group as possible so she can be alone and meditate.
It's not that great.
You take some hardtack out and make a sandwich out of it.
Leaving that alone.
Zombie
now.
ear
It's
sandwich.
not good.
Put some hot sauce on it.
Nah. Can I get some help though? I'm kind of, hurting. On a scale of 1 to 14, I'm at a 3.
I'm going to start investigating the rest of the tents. See if I find anything in there.
I'm at a 1.
Same. I just start cleaning the shit and yuck and bile off of me.
All right. So you go up to the tents have been mostly picked over by your group, and the bandits that have left, there's really nothing to find except to make a nice comfy place to sleep. As dawn comes, or evening comes, and you guys settle in for the night, watching the fire. Occasionally, just making sure it's still going. It's the biggest bonfire you've ever made. You guys settle down a little bit, and the pain of the entire experience settles into you guys. But it kind of settles all across you that you now have your first adventure under your belt. And you kind of gather back around, except for you, Cayenne. You're off doing your nature stuff. And you guys are aware she will go off and do nature stuff. And you guys start, taking out some drink and just talking amongst each other and talking about the actual experience amongst the four of you. This is going to count as a long rest, so.
Thank God.
Cayenne, you wander off on your own. And you just kind of start walking around the entire area that's been blighted by this. And I want you to go ahead and roll a nature and an nature and religion.
Nature and religion.
Oh shit, I gotta light the zombies on the...
Natural 20 for nature.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah.
And 16 for religion.
All right. I want who would be the most observant right now? Actually, it would probably be Mongo because he's paranoid as shit.
Oh yeah, every fucking noise that happens.
I want you to do an investigation for me.
I'm not harmed.
Or
either.
perception.
I'm totally fine.
Said perception?
Mm-hmm.
Perception. 17.
17? You hear some leaves rustle in the distance and you kind of perk up instantly. But what catches your interest the most is, while it's very, very overcast and cloudy, you're not paying any mind to it. You see that the clouds are almost like parting and following Cayenne and just illuminating her, and behind her, where the blight was, is just fading away into lush green grass as she walks her trail around. And it just slowly starts to spread over. The trees that have been felled and cleared out begin to regrow new vines and leaves.
Take down the zombie scarecrows would have been part of my lighting everything on fire.
Now, I know she's pissed at him.
Yeah?
Does it look like she's calmed down a little bit, that if I go over to her and start talking to her, she's not going to kill?
Well, you're not the one that's the cause of everything, so you're probably safe. You go over to the zombies that are starting to... So you go over to take care of the zombies that are on the pikes,
Like scarecrows zombies, yeah.
and you stop for a moment, and you see all these vines coming up and reclaiming them and just snapping them in and breaking them down as trees start to grow out of them.
Ooh,
What was actually now undead is laid to rest as nature reclaims it very violently.
That's cool.
Very violently.
When Cayenne can talk to me again, I'll tell her about this.
Cayenne, as you're walking around this large area, Mongo comes trotting up to you. You can hear-
Carefully.
and you pause for a moment and you look down at him as he comes over to you.
Like the rest of us, you've had not a great day,
I'm going to attempt to draw
but
a picture of this.
I figured
The
Okay.
thing.
Go ahead.
that might cheer you up a little bit. And I just point to the trail that she's been leaving.
basically she's going to stand and do, you know, remember in the movie Spirits Dying of the Cimarron where he kind of looks behind him on the buffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna do that, basically.
Okay. You
Like,
do that.
Huh?
You do that, and you see at your hooves some flowers starting to sprout, and you look around as the green starts to spread out, and you look behind you, and you see this massive, the entire ring where you've been walking in almost like a spiral action, and you can see in that spiral all this lush green grass is starting to retake over the dead, and you see it just slowly creeping out like moss, reclaiming what was it.
Huh.
So a 17 on the draw, and the drawing is going to be trying to depict the scarecrow
Well,
turning
this
into a
is new
tree.
information I'll have to relay.
And I'm going to try to include Cayenne in there as like
You didn't know you
victorious
could do
Mother
that.
Nature kind of thing,
No.
and give that to Cayenne.
Pretty
Hope
fucking
that she'll
Okay.
kill me.
All right.
I guess I just have to get angry.
Well, that's going to be very easy, especially with your family around.
You eventually get back to the camp after like maybe a good hour and a half. Do you eventually return back to the camp?
Yes, after coming to the realization that I'm being followed by pretty things. Thanks to Mongo.
You eventually get back to the camp, and Nikolai, you see him rolling back through the grass and disturbing the ashes of what was dead. And he rolls over to you, and you see his little hatch quickly open.
I hand you a piece of paper,
And he holds up a scroll.
and I try to give you the most sad I'm sorry look I can possibly give.
Roll a performance.
Cayenne
Not
will take the paper though.
13,
All right.
and I just say I'm sorry, I love you.
You take the scroll from him and go ahead and describe to her what she sees.
So, as you may have heard from Melina saying that I saw the scarecrow zombie things like be taken over by vines and nature and basically turned into a tree. Well, in that drawing I kind of depicted that, and I tried to put Cayenne in there as, you know, like Mother Nature victorious.
Yeah, you see this.
It's a 17, so it's not a bad drawing.
You look over in the direction he came from, and you see where the scarecrows were, and you see all of these new trees growing out of the scarecrows' bodies, and nature is reclaiming them, essentially.
I need to know how this happened. I'm very confused right now. But Cayenne will accept Nikolai's apology until there's another explosion.
Until there is another.
She would not be able to hug you right now because she's standing upright, but she'll let you
I'll
hug her leg.
I'll grab her leg.
This tiny
And
little
just
thing
kind of-
hugs your leg.
And just
like-
kind of rub.
Like this.
Yeah, and just
Like
kind of
holding
rub
on
my
back.
face on it.
I begin to clean the
Snuggle.
shit off of him. Prestidigitation.
So, with that, you guys sit together as a family around the campfire. Go ahead and talk about the experience as you would.
I'm cleaning everybody off. Except when it comes to Cayenne, I'm asking.
I'm gonna be sitting there, actually. I want to see it. Can I pull the string of this fucking massive bow? I don't think I can.
Roll a strength at disadvantage.
I do believe I've lost the past 12 hours. What's happened?
A lot of yuck.
That's a 10.
A 10. You guys look over and you see Scav with this giant bow. And he's got his feet on the stick and he's trying to pull it back because it's bigger than him. It's like a bow for Augie size.
So Scav is the arrow.
Yeah.
Do I see what he's trying to do when I
Yeah.
go over to start cleaning him
Augie,
Yeah.
seeing this, will pick up the bow and scab and just yeet.
Are you going to fire him
Wait.
off?
Yes.
Don't do that.
Wait, no.
Roll a strength there, Augie.
Please work. Please roll a
She's
fucking
still
nat
like
20.
all kinds of gone right now from the
While
explosion.
that's going on, Cayenne's going to reach into her pouch to get out the feather that she had gotten way before all of this happened.
Before the shitstorm.
Yes.
This
All right.
is totally out of character. but
That's a
didn't,
15 on strength.
One of the other druids
15?
give you those good berries?
Yep.
I remember her saying that.
That's metagaming.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I know. So, roll in acrobatics.
I am become death.
Watch, you roll another one.
No, it's actually pretty
Oh
good.
no.
That's a 22.
So, you pull back the bow with him on it, and he starts panicking instantly. And you all watch this as he fires off, and you see him go flying through the air. And Augie, you instantly snap and realize what you just did.
Wait, I wasn't supposed to do that.
And Scab, you're flying through the air, and you're like, oh, this would like be a bird. And as you're coming down to the ground, you grab your backpack off and use it as a padding, and you let it take the impact and roll over it and land sitting up without taking any damage.
Where am I?
You look over, and you're 60 yards from the group.
That's far. All right.
Jeez, that was kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Just casually yeet the kobold 120 feet away from us.
All right, you take
I
out the
am the
blood
projectile.
It's 180.
All right. Now that things are clear, I'm going to attach
60 yards
it
is
to
180
the
feet.
opposite
Jesus.
side of my headdress.
180,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like it's the opposite of the other one. It's like a pearlescent black color.
So like oil,
Mhm.
almost.
And you see her binding this, you get a glimpse of her binding this feather and adding it to her headdress, and she puts her headdress back on.
On my way back, I want to try and figure out where the hell my mad jolt went.
Alright.
Oh shit, that might be destroyed.
Yeah.
So, if we keep launching him from this new bow and he casts Burning Hands while he does it, does that turn him into a firearm?
Oh, God. Only you would make a joke like that.
Did you bring the man jolt into the building?
No, it was left outside the building.
Oh, okay.
But it was
So-
facing towards the entrance.
So, do an investigation for me.
Okay. $21.
21? You veer off as you walk back, and you head back over to where the jolt would be, and you find little bits and fragments of it all over the place. And you see that some of the wood that's been tossed into the fire was probably from the mad jolt.
All that work. All the effort.
And Scab probably comes walking back to the group, very disappointed.
Pieces.
Anger.
Anger?
Anger.
Anger.
And I'll walk right over to Mongo and Nikolai. And just drop the pieces down in front of them. Just fix it!
You guys have no idea what you're looking at.
Is it that bad that I can't make out
Yeah.
any of it? Jesus.
I try to.
It's firewood?
No!
What is it?
It was the bonus stuff.
Oh, shit.
You owe
Out of
me
my
a new
sleeve,
one.
pull a big, like, cloth or blanket or something to cover it.
Mm-hmm.
Cast mending,
Mending.
and then
You lift it up. It's in the exact same way it was.
oh, that's
shit.
not good.
Well, I did promise Dim that we were going to fix that other one.
Cayenne's gonna eat some of the good berries.
All right.
Make
Go ahead
it a
and read
bigger,
what it
better
does,
one,
and
brother.
you can. I think it's one
We
hit point
can
per good
use-
berry.
Awesome.
We can use that. And I point at the great bow I found.
The one that you found. I want you to do an Arcana for me.
Okay. Better. 21.
Good berries.
No, they're not in here.
One moment, I will help you. How many did I say you got?
I believe it was 9.
9? Okay.
Ow.
One berry will heal you fully and make you full for 24 hours. What'd you get there, Mongo?
21.
21? You're sitting there and you're looking at this issue and you look over at the bow that they're talking about and you kind of flop on your fuzzy little ass and you have an epiphany. You take out the book, the learning book, you take out the bell, and you take out the scroll. And you're looking at all 3 of them. And you're like, I'll get back to you. And you take the hat off and set it down next to you. And you begin looking through said book. And you do find some notes here and there. And then you pick up the bell and you rattle it a little bit. And you kind of start to look at it, referencing the book some, and you kind of put 2 and 2 together. And you run your finger along the bell and it unfolds. And you pick up the scroll and you set it on the bell. And the bell collapses on it, absorbing the spell. And then it reopens and you see new runes floating there. You can now cast Identify from your spellbook.
That's fucking spell forever. Fucking one person who's supposed to teach me magic couldn't even fucking read it.
And you guys see Mongo do this.
Oh, look at him. What you doing, brother?
And you see this whole thing unfold and happen before you for Mongo.
That's cool.
So, yeah. Eat a good berry.
Alright. You regain 1 hit point.
Your bell is weird.
You're already at full because it's a long rest, but
Yeah.
you're basically full now for the next 24 hours. Yeah, and you guys see this Mongo do this crazy shit you've never seen him do before.
Sorry, I just figured out how to do something. It's rather exciting for me.
Roll another Arcana. You have advantage on this one. But Tom is all sorts of excited.
I can't tell if that was Tom in character or if that was actually just pure excitement.
Yep.
I think Tom's just pure. I think
The
it's Tom
answer
that's
is
excited.
yes.
Yes.
He went full British for a second.
23.
23. You instantly hop up and you have your bow and you're just watching it float there and you're like, I don't have to hold on to it anymore. It just floats. And then you look
Fuck
over
yeah.
and your tail just almost does like a Nikolai thing. And you point at the bow and you're like, that's magical.
That's cool.
What
It's
do
a
you
magic bow.
What do you mean?
You could identify stuff now?
You're like,
You know secrets about stuff?
I've been studying some of this stuff for a little bit. The book helped a lot.
Yeah, you see his bell unfolded and you see all these runes just floating above it.
Ooh. Look at that.
Did
Look
you-
at that green,
wait.
That green dagger I gave I think it was
Did
Kayan
you
or
just
Augie.
go full monkey?
Well,
Yeah, the dagger that I have.
what's her dagger do?
Can I actually cast Identify?
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I'm fucking Identify shit.
Are you broken there?
I think I just found my spell book. Yeah. Which one can I get my little paws on first, the bow or the knife?
The bow.
Bow it is.
Okay. So you go over and you grab the bow.
There's no politeness about it.
He just
Or
yanks it.
gimme.
He just, for once, you see Mongo yank something out of your hands without any politeness. And he immediately throws it to the ground and starts doing all these weird, like, almost like possessed as he makes carvings in the ground.
You're right there, buddy.
and the bell's just floating around him like a lost puppy. And he sits down and he's like, he just kind of shushes everybody, and you guys are like, okay, whatever.
Okay. I'll just watch.
And
Sit opposite from him and just watch.
while he's focused on that, you guys can talk amongst yourselves. Oh, you
Some of my movements will just be going around, just the sheer joy of watching the open bell follow me.
Magic.
You don't know it's magic. You know it's something.
That's... I think it's magic. I don't know.
Kyan's just watching this.
Everybody's watching Mongo. You have an actual group enchanted by you for once.
What do you mean for once? Happens all the fucking time.
But eventually, you see the bow kind of dance in a circle, and you see all the markings he made just glow, and they line up with the runes, basically a line above the bell as well. And you instantly understand what more about this thing, that the knowledge is instantly there in your head about this bow. I'll get that to you in a moment. And what almost is like an indicator of some sort, you just see it poof off. Run that spell slot.
Yep.
Can't cast as a ritual?
It's
That's
my
what he
first
did.
time
Okay.
casting it, and I'm still learning all the...
Okay.
How'd that one... How do I want to viewer phrase it? Mongo Jumbo?
Oh, magical mumbo jumbo.
Mongo Jumbo.
Mongo jumbo. Oh yeah, Mongo jumbo. Nice.
Yeah, I'm still just running around, occasionally watching the bell follow me.
There you go. So, the rest of you?
What have we found in the tents? What
I
have we
found nothing because I haven't searched anything.
I didn't find nothing. I searched them. I didn't find anything before I lit them on fire.
Is there any like side walls and such around this outpost?
I lit everything on fire.
You look around at the walls and you can see them just crumbling to ash.
Gotcha.
There are 2 tents basically left that he didn't touch.
I will go and search one of the tents. I'm
Alright.
gonna go look over here, see if we find anything.
Okay.
And I'll just make my way over.
Kyan's gonna keep her butt on the ground until we head back into town.
Alright. Augie?
Nice.
Not
Has
much.
returned.
Just kind of taking in the scene and watching what the others are doing.
It's a very demented burning going on, but it's actually rather relaxing. You look around a little bit and you kind of stand up and walk over and you find a pool of muddy water that's deep enough for you to lay in.
Ooh.
That's gross water, though.
Yeah, like, is it?
Oh my
great
god,
water
Augie
or-
has standards.
Augie does have standards. What do you mean, oh my god, Augie has standards?
By the way, that was a natural 20.
You're searching in the tent?
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I can do right now. I'm trying to stay away and not cause problems because people are pissed off at me.
Everybody's, I think, calmed down at this point.
Still.
Do an insight. You kind of figure this out, Mongo, and you look around a little bit, and everybody's kind of parted ways and around the little camp area you guys have set up. as you're sitting there excited.
No, guys, this is fucking fantastic. Oh, where the hell is Scab?
Over here. I'm checking out the tent. I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, I'm not waiting.
All right, you run over to him
Grab
with
the
bow.
arrow, or grab the bow,
Okay.
and I'm going over to him and like kind of calling everybody else to follow.
You're all. Do you get up and go?
Yeah.
All right,
Just
Augie.
to listen.
Everybody just kind of meanders over to the tent that he's at. Would you roll?
Oh, 1. So yeah, everybody's still pissed off at me. That's the way I'm playing it, and I'm going to
You sit.
I'm
You
gonna
see.
keep my distance and just be quiet.
You go over
Separate
closer to the
myself.
fire and get a stick, and you just start poking at the actual fire, looking all solemn and sad
And
and depressed. And then you kind of look over, watching them all running over to you, and you're like, and you poke the fire. And then you immediately start panicking as your fur catches on fire,
I've had it down.
and you move a little bit away from the
A
fire.
little bit away from the fire, just a little bit. Get a longer stick to poke it.
Well, he's gonna step over to Nikolai, settle down next to him, pat him on the head.
Look
From
up
this
sad.
point forward, I think we have your code name. Your code name is now Boom.
Okay.
You find some sort of it's like a round
Are
tube,
you okay, Augie?
and it's locked shut.
Round tube is locked shut.
Yeah.
I'll be okay.
Like, does it have like a lock or something?
I'm sorry. Reach up and like.
You
kinda
try
like
to
that.
turn the
I'm
lid
sorry,
off,
I thought
and you can
everybody
see
was cleared.
almost like runes flare up, and you can't get it unlocked.
Hmm.
And the three of you, you're in the tent, and immediately Mongo comes running in with the bow. He almost clotheslines himself because he didn't turn it sideways.
That would have been so funny.
And you see this happen in front of you, Cayenne, and he corrects himself and goes in the tent. And
I'll make my way
Yeah.
back. And,
you're in the tent that he comes in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't fucking wait for you.
Yeah, he comes in the tent, and he's got this bow above his head.
Okay.
Take this and shove it at you.
I'll take it and
It's so big for you.
put it down against the side.
No. I'm making him hold on to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, here, I'll trade you. And I hand
Nope.
over the thing.
He hands you, as you go to smack his hand, you stop mid smack, and he hands you like this round cylindrical case, and you immediately put it in your pocket.
I feel like that might be more useful for you.
And I can make this work for you.
Okay.
Because I know exactly what this thing does.
Alright.
Yeah, just hang on to it. I'm trying to get it to resize for him.
All right, you're watching this, Cayenne, and you just see making him hold on to this, and you're sitting there, and you're just sitting there and sitting there.
I'll just sit down.
You sit down too.
Yeah. How long is this supposed to take? Are we going back
It'll work. It'll work.
town?
You know, it's about an
I'm
hour.
bored.
It'll fucking take a while, but just trust me.
Augie and
Don't let
Nikolai,
go of
what are you
it.
doing?
Use it as you normally would. Just don't use arrows right now.
Chatting.
Just
Okay.
chatting. Yeah,
For the most part.
I guess she's trying to cheer me up.
I'll do what
And
he
I'm trying
says
to
and
apologize.
just pull on the string and see if it budges.
All right.
You're like,
But I'm still holding on to it.
Yeah.
No, this part's important.
Are you gonna go
Later,
look for nature?
Yeah,
After
because
some time goes by,
Cayenne's
it'll
getting bored
resize.
and getting annoyed and might just leave and go
And
back to town by herself.
If you just
At this
kind of
rate.
Yeah.
in the middle of the night?
hold
It's getting-
on to it,
Yeah, you can find your
When
way
you
back
trying
in the
to
middle of the
use it?
night.
Oh yeah.
After about an hour, and he hasn't told you what it does yet. You feel it vibrate in your hands almost violently, and it's never done this before, and it's starting to freak you out a little bit. And it kind of shakes a little bit more, and then suddenly just resizes to your size instantly in your hands.
fucking told you.
Okay.
You've never had anything like that happen before.
I'll never understand how magic works.
Just accept it.
Whoa.
That was cool.
Yeah. Now, if
So
you just like hold
They're
it
inside a
for
tent. You didn't see that.
a
Oh, that's
while
right. You're right.
and really try to line up your shot, does it launch, like if you just load one arrow, it'll split into two?
On the 20, yeah.
Okay. And if you can really precisely aim this thing, all you have to do is just load one arrow, and it'll basically duplicate it.
Whoa.
So instead of just launching one of your arrows, it'll kind of make a copy, and both will stick wherever you're trying to aim it. Hopefully in the bad guy.
Imagine if that's on one of you
Already
guys.
at 22, so it's like,
Jeez, that's insane and scary. Okay, that's actually really cool, Mongo. But I feel like that you might want to take a look at that thing that I gave you. I don't know what it is. It has some kind of lock on it, and there's a lot of runes.
I start looking at it.
You sit down and roll an Arcana. Pan, you kind of wander off into the woods a little bit, and you get to the edge, and where there was once silence, you can hear the sounds of nature returning.
Just investigate the area as she waits on her siblings to be done.
All right.
Do you think
23.
Cayenne will ever forgive me?
23.
Augie?
You look at it quickly, and you can see that
It'll
it's
take a minute.
it's almost like a cylindrical
But I
case
think
of some
she
sort.
wants
The lid
to
is
forgive
locked
you.
on, and you can see magic runes around it.
Just to
you,
be sure
you
you
look
mean,
at
like,
it, and you look at the very top,
right?
and you can see that you can turn various rings, and it's some sort of
I
puzzle to
mean
unlock
that it's going to take a while.
Okay.
it.
Did you see the picture I drew for her?
You're just gonna sit there and start
No.
fidgeting with it.
Yep.
You're like, something must be important in here.
Oh god, I gave the fidget to the cat.
I may not stay fully upright. There's a chance I'm like on my back.
It just points out a laser beam at the wall. No, I'm just kidding. Laser pointer container.
Oh shit.
A sentient red dot.
Oh,
And how did the party die? We gave a laser pointer to Mongo.
That's how you get Mongo to go someplace. You just point the laser.
Alright, what's your investigation?
My investigation was a 7.
A 7?
Mhm.
You can hear the ruckus off in the distance where your siblings are. And you can hear nature in the other direction.
Roll eyes and continue what she was doing.
Alright. So, what are the rest of you doing? Do you go out and show your siblings?
I'm gonna practice with this bow a bit, but I'm definitely gonna show him. Walk over and look what Mongo found out about this.
And you see the bow that was once your size, Augie, is now scab size.
So what is this, like a long bow, a short bow, a great bow? What is
That's a long bow.
It's a long bow. Gotcha. So apparently, if you aim and you aim really good, it'll turn one arrow into multiple arrows. At least that's what it made it sound like. I'll have to see for myself. I don't know if it's right or not.
Oh my gosh, I just thought of what could have happened. Imagine if when you got fired, it was like a natural.
Multiple scabs.
Oh no!
I hate this. I hate this.
I don't think the world is enough, even remotely ready enough for 2 scabs.
I'll start
Let alone
searching
1.
around to see if there's anything I can use to make an actual good target for him.
Okay. Roll a tinkering. So,
Natural 20.
natural 20. Wow. Everybody's doing natural 20s on investigation.
You said tinkering. So.
Tinkering? You almost hear like almost like an odd sound behind you, and you guys turn around and you're saying you're puffing really heavy and hard, and you've managed to get some of the various wood pieces around and stuff, and the paint is still running down on this. He's made a bullseye for you, Scav. It's your size too.
Practice, buddy.
Alright. I will make sure everyone's in a safe spot and draw an arrow and see how this works. I'll do it
Alright.
3 times.
Now it's intended to be a target, so as to not cause any damage to the arrows.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can walk a little bit further into nature. Okay.
She's continuing with what she was doing.
You head a bit further into nature, and
Okay.
you do find a running actual stream, and it is fresh spring water from the mountain.
So
Oh, yeah, it's
Collect
glorious
some
now.
of it in the
after a battle.
water skinner container.
Yeah, you put your hands in it, and you gather it in the water skin, and it's really nice and cool, and just feels amazing because it's fresh spring water. After the intensity of battle and all the things you've been through, it's a great feeling.
So my 3 shots were a modified 20, a 22, and a 21.
Yep, you're just knocking arrows and firing them like one after another.
I'll try one more time.
All right. So you head back to the group.
Mhm.
So as you're sitting there, Augie, and you're just out of it really hard, Cayenne comes back eventually from her little walk, roundabout, and you tell the group anything?
I did find water.
Well, that's good.
Augie just perks up instantly.
Cayenne will just grab Augie by
Water.
Cayenne will just grab Augie by her arm and just slowly pull her in the direction of the stream.
Augie, you're dragged for at least a good 15 minutes. The sound of the water fills your ears, and you stumble
She
forward.
immediately leads herself there as soon as she hears the stream.
You stumble forward, and you stumble over yourself, and you land face and first and belly first into this cool, refreshing spring water.
So glorious. Can I have
Oh,
And you can just feel
Totally
all
would've.
the suffering just washing away from you instantly.
euphoria, nirvana. She flops over so that she's on her back and just lays in the stream. Oh,
Have seen this sight many times. Cayenne will giggle to herself.
The happy giggles fill the air around the area. Alright, what was your next roll?
I didn't make any others, but I'll go ahead and do it.
You said you're going to do one more?
Oh yeah. Alright, I have 3 more arrows left, so I'll go ahead and use my
I
last
try
3.
to get him to do the thing.
The thing?
Yeah, try to actually use the boat to activate some of the special properties.
Okay.
19. Let's try that. Alright.
Since I'm proficient in arrows, could I actually give him pointers to maybe give him advantage? No? Okay.
24. 24. You just can't
24?
get those natural 20s right now.
So you fire off the 2 shots. Immediately, Mongo comes over and stops you from firing the third one. And he has you pull back the arrow and hold it for a good amount of time.
Okay.
And your arms are starting to feel the tiredness of this, but somehow you're able to hold it because of the magical properties. And he finally lets you fire it off, and it soars past the mark, goes off, and you see it flying. It's a little bit hard to see, and you hear it hit a tree off at the tree line. You guys do decide eventually amongst yourselves to go ahead and head back to town, per your sister's request, as she is clamoring for that. And as you work your way back to town, you work your way through the forest, marching along quietly. Yes,
The barrel.
the barrel, the one that you have.
Uh-huh.
You probably give it to Cayenne to carry.
The head.
I think you guys decide to leave that behind, as a whole.
Alright.
And you eventually
I can do
find,
it for you.
and you eventually do find yourselves back at the entrance to the town, heading in, dead of night. Eventually to the tavern, your body's aching from the combat and exhaustion of the day. And as you head up to your room, you head in. And at that point, when you go to take your long rest, you can increase your level to level 2.
Sweet! Hey! Fucking awesome!
Because
oh my
by
God.
the skin of your teeth, you somehow survived that.
I think an explosion helped maybe a little bit.
Fuck, I gotta pick
Fortunately, it
position.
killed everybody. Killed who needed to be killed.
So, as you lay down to rest, sleep takes all of you. The sheer exhaustion of the events that transpired. And if you wish, you may roll a will save to see if you have nightmares of the previous day.
I don't know about everybody else, but I'm fine.
Fucking
Well.
wrote it.
Getting blown up.
But yes, congratulations. You have made it to level 2. What?
Sweet.
Will save? What do we add to that?
Will save? You should know by now what a will
I
save
fucking
is.
should, but I keep forgetting.
Your wisdom,
Whatever,
buddy.
yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
I got a 22.
Oh yeah, you're sound asleep.
8.
I think I'm having nightmares. I rolled a 2.
Oh yeah, you wake up in the middle of the night, Augie's panting and screaming with
Oh.
the thought of explosions.
Well, yeah, my die went fine.
8.
Augie wakes you up in the middle of the night to get a cup of coffee.
You said
Having bad
19.
dreams of being covered in guts and not being able to get clean.
Okay,
19 for me.
19, you're out.
that is gonna be 15.
You're out too. So you two eventually find yourselves back to sleep after talking amongst each other.
I requested you to take myself like twice.
And morning comes. The gentle sounds of nature waking you up. The city life starting to also wake some of you up as the entire town begins to stir.
Wake up, nice and rested. Immediately snap. I go, oh, I gotta go tell him about everything. What was his name?
I think Cayenne would jolt up from her bed and her heart would be pounding.
Yeah.
Like an immediate, like, I need to go do shit.
Exactly.
She startles me awake. And once I kind of calm down, it's like, you wanted chaos, we fucking brought the chaos.
As you say that groggily,
Yes, but last night, the end, what had happened with nature, was very important.
True.
I need to talk to Rylan.
you guys all scatter into the fucking wind.
Augie,
Augie's still asleep, I'm guessing. Or barely
That's
waking
the
up.
blackout, yes.
I'm gonna go and gently and carefully try and wake her.
You feel little hands nudging you awake. You head off to the druid circle.
I'm rolling an attack.
Alright. You're heading off to the druids.
How do you like it?
Probably after a little bit,
think she did
Cheyenne's
that harder
just
than you
gonna
can hit me.
talk with her siblings and see
Oh, yeah.
what
So
everyone
that's
else is
a-
gonna do before she leaves.
Okay.
That's a 13 to hit.
Does that hit, buddy?
Oh, that hits alright.
Roll a
Fantastic. You
unarmed
just
attack.
get a you get clocked in the face with a bare fist.
Ow.
I thought you were a dragonborn.
Fair enough.
You get punched right across the face and it just nearly drops you. But Augie's awake.
What the hell, Augie?
What? What's going on?
I didn't take you for the reflexive type.
Explosions? Well,
Yep.
PTSD.
We need to go and take the bounties to the guild.
look around the room. Is my bag full of viscera still there?
Yes. It's sitting in the corners, it's made like a nice little sticky puddle by the door.
Fantastic. Alright. Yeah. Ugh. Ugh.
You see Mongo there messing with the scroll case still.
Trying to fucking find a way to get this thing open.
All right,
Oh
what are
my
you
God,
guys
it's a
doing?
Magic Rubik's Cube.
Probably gonna be heading over to the Hunters Guild with Augie.
All right, so that's your guys' plan.
And I'll get changed first.
Same. A morning shower and such. Get ready.
Yeah, I'm running around getting ready. In fact, I'll probably eat a half a bean.
You hear the
'Cause I
crunching
got so
sound.
much stuff to do.
You hear a crunching of a bean.
Cayenne's probably just gonna light up a smoke.
I haven't seen her do that in a while.
It's getting fucking blazed.
Just a little morning motivation.
Morning
Yeah,
motivation.
just a little pick me up. You know? My coffee.
Your coffee.
My coffee.
All right, are you guys grabbing some breakfast?
Yes.
Augie's changing and doing her bath first, but yes.
Yeah.
All right, are you joining them for breakfast or just
Nope.
eating?
Stripping
I'm
down.
going straight
Going to the
downstairs.
bathroom.
I'll grab something on the way.
So,
This
as,
horse could eat a horse.
as you guys get cleaned up, prepare yourselves for the day ahead, you guys notice that Nikolai's already gone.
Wow.
And it seems like business as usual as you guys head downstairs, find your usual table, and have breakfast.
The arsonist didn't stick around for long, now did he?
He's probably just excited to go back to his guild. To be honest with you, because he stays there quite often.
True.
Which, to be fair, he is fairly safe there. Remember all the times he tried to tinker away from a more confined space that has all the tools that he needs?
Well, yes, but it's just that after I asked the one fellow about any odd explosions coming from there, and he said they happen on a regular basis, it's...
From what he explained, that seems fairly common, and from what I heard explained from others, when you're making things, bad things tend to happen as part of an experiment, and that's a good thing. So I guess that's a good thing. So as long as he keeps coming back to us in his ball, I think we're good.
Yeah.
The table is soon got its usual assortment of foods set down in front of you that smell overwhelming you instantly. Not of the familiar past day and a half of rotten, burning, and death, but delicious breakfast food and fresh fruit and meat.
Augie eventually finds her way downstairs at this point, sees the plates of food, picks up a platter, and just starts adding stuff to it.
I'm sure.
Oh, ravenous.
Oh, I'm grabbing the mead. And wondering, can I use magic to make this stronger?
Oh.
Oh God.
I'm gonna go ahead and just get a small plate of something simple.
No meat.
No.
Cheyenne is grabbing
Deadly.
something outside her
Dead-
normal
deadly
and
toxin.
grabbing as much
Deadly
meat
toxin.
as she can
All right.
and eating mostly, if not all, meat this time.
Yeah, you see the horse going full carnivorous over there.
Offer the usual apple tour.
Basically, the way Cayenne looks, her ears are pinned back as how you would see a horse normally eating in their stall with their face fully down. Aggressively eating her food and will go for a finger that tries to move anything away if she gets sloppy.
The usual at dinner, breakfast.
Yep.
So, you guys get your meal. You can talk amongst yourselves as you're eating. Nikolai,
Yes.
you roll into the Tinker's
All
Guild.
excited like.
You roll in, you actually hit full stop,
Where's
and, you,
Rylan?
and you hit the counter, and it rattles it. And you look up, and you're ecstatic. And as Tabaxi looks over, I've never heard of food. Is this what they refer to as delivery?
No!
Ah,
I am Nikolai. We are brothers.
the Tabaxi looks very confused. Its brow very furrowed, and its orange fur very like ruffled up as it looks over. No,
Yes!
no. You're a rodent. I'm a cat. I eat your kind.
No!
Your food.
Rylan inaugurated me, but Biff and Zim have, like, helped me with stuff here.
Okay.
They helped me make this thing.
You're a tinker. You're no by any means related to me.
No, we're like brothers in, like, arms or brothers in gears. Yeah.
They open a book and they're like, you might need to see the local apothecary to get your gear sorted out because you are insane. Have you had any recent traumatic experiences?
I blew up a building. Nearly killed my family, but it was pretty cool. I'm more excited and proud about that than I am traumatized. Everybody's okay. They survived.
I'm making a note here that you're to be reduced to light duty instead of the usual standard of fare of work because you are clearly insane and broken. You
I'm excited. You don't understand what happened. It was so cool.
obviously you're delusional.
No, I blew up an entire tower. It's like way up there.
Uh-huh.
And it's destroyed.
Right?
I made a bomb. I made two
Okay.
bombs, actually. Three bombs.
Okay. Right.
Do you know where Rylan, Zill, and Biff are?
Not currently available. How can I assist you?
Got so many ideas.
Right.
And I promised Biff I would help him with that ballista that he has in the storage room.
Okay, he's currently on an airship over the ocean. I don't think you're
I
gonna.
just saw him yesterday morning.
I don't think you're gonna be any assistance unless you know how to fly. But you're currently insane, so you might actually assume you could fly.
Currently insane.
I like this fellow.
What's your name?
Oh, I'm not getting into that one because I don't want to give my name to a crazy person.
I'm not crazy. I'm just excited. Haven't you ever been excited? Making a major accomplishment?
Yes, but it involved nearly killing my entire family.
It did too?
No.
Oh, you said didn't. Well, yeah, I was broken up by about that, but
You don't seem rather rattled by it.
But
That's
they're
a sign of
okay.
delusional insanity.
okay, yeah, maybe. But they're okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You don't look like an apothecary to me to make that judgment.
I saw them this morning when I left our room. They were alive
I
and
once
moving.
knew a dwarven tinker, and he said he saw his family, but they were dead. Are you sure they're still alive? Because you seem pretty insane to me. Maybe you should see an apothecary.
But what about Rylan and Zill? Do you know where they're at?
Capital city,
Where's that?
other side of the continent.
Jeez. They move fast.
Listen, Bite Size, how can I assist you?
Well, I mean, if none of those are here, will you help me figure this stuff out?
Oh, look at the time. I have other things to do. Why don't you come back in a few hours, and someone might be able to assist you. Currently, all we have are rookies, and one novice that is bugging me.
Wow. My brother, he's like much nicer than you, and he's a cat too.
Now you are really delusional.
I'll bring him with.
No cat in her right mind or tabaxi would lower themselves to be your sibling.
Huh. Can I take a look at the bulletins while I'm here?
They're over there.
Thank you. Jeez. Not everybody's cool here. Telling this to myself.
You're all over there just dragging your own spine.
No,
Or
it's-
Pouty.
Yeah, kind of like Pouty's like, God, this guy's mean. I'll take a look at the bounties, see if there's anything there.
You go over to the bounty board and it's up there. You do see a staircase though that leads
Yeah,
up there
okay,
for
yeah.
like short people.
I'll use the staircase.
Do an investigation.
Ten.
10?
Yep.
You look around the bulletin a bit. You do find a bulletin that says, "Have you seen my missing robotic cat?"
Sure. Look at the details.
It's most of it's in Gnomish.
Hey, you. Do you know how to read Gnomish? I'll look back at the back.
The tabaxi looks over. No.
Okay. Nothing else catches my eye. Okay.
Back to you guys.
So if any of you see him, boom.
I'm pretty sure he's went off to his guild. He's already gone. He's been gone a minute.
Okay.
Just head back dejected. Jeez. That was mean.
As you guys are just eating and enjoying the food, getting your very much fill, the barmaid comes over and it's the lizard folk, and she's like, I need a payment on your tab that you're running up. It's about 10 gold pieces currently. That's only half of it.
I'll give her
I'll give her 2 of
gold
our
pieces
gold.
from our region.
Oh, as you're searching around, Mongo, you see Augie just probably some food hanging out of Augie's mouth. Kind of like a fuck off gesture of like,
Interrupt me feasting.
they take the coins. Okay then.
Sorry about that. It's a very long day yesterday.
Uh-huh. And they head off to just clear the tab, essentially. And as you guys talk amongst each other,
So- Augie and I are gonna go turn in the bounties for the bandits. What are you guys off to?
Gotta go through the new barrel.
this is like more or less like he hasn't gone through the barrel yet.
Figure this thing out. Oh, I did. Fuck, what was her name?
Who?
Magic Shot. Bolts. Yeah. I did promise to tell Bolts about the jar of fire. How that turned out. Good.
You're lucky the GM forgot you actually had the other one on you, because that would have been additional problems.
Oh yeah, I didn't forget. Yeah, that is just, if that thing was still moving after, I would just would have launched it.
I'm so sad about my ballista. It's gone.
Oh, I promised coin.
And as you're like in mid-thought, you hear it's not the usual sound of Nikolai. It's more of a squeaky kind of dejected sound as he comes rolling in.
Oh, good. His
so,
gyro.
so much
Ball
part of the
sounds
machine that
squeaky,
he moped through
dejected.
it.
Wow.
My machine announces my emotions. Awesome. I am Borg. Resistance is futile.
Oh my god!
No, because you said that like a bunch of randos kind of helped build it. Did one of them throw in a fucking mood ring?
It's a mood ring gyro vehicle.
Clamp onto the table. Pull the thing up. Hop out.
Fix any damage you cause on the table.
His tail's oddly straight.
That guy was me. Why are all the big tabaxis jerks?
I'm kind of surprised you're back already. Thought you went to the guild.
He was a jerk.
What, did he not let you in?
He he wanted to eat me and calling me insane.
I doubt he wanted to eat
Well,
you.
No, he said,
You are
"You look
insane.
like a tasty treat. Is this food for delivery?" Like almost verbatim.
Oh no, I get it. Oh, that's. I mean, that's terrible.
Yes, it was.
Not clever at all.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Sit down, kind of like in a pouty mood, and grab a piece of cheese and
Just pat him on the top of his head.
God.
It's okay.
And apparently, Rylan, Zill, and Biff are all freaking gone already.
As in, they just kind of left on their own little.
No,
Possibly been
like
blown up
on
thing.
other parts of the world, apparently. Like, saw Ryan like 3 days ago. Saw Zill and Biff yesterday. Like, how are they traveling so fast? It's crazy.
A dwarf walks by. Well, they're not a foot tall. He's got
He
this
makes a point
the
there.
big battle axe on their shoulder as they're heading for the stairs.
He does make a point.
I mean, he's not. Like, they can't. Them being full size can't possibly make them be able to go across the other side of the continent.
You don't
In
know
like
how
a
fast
day.
they can run.
That's insane.
Maybe they made some sort of gizmo like yours that just rolls a lot faster.
Maybe they know
Oh
magic.
fuck! What did I just do?
Yeah.
What are you talking about them having, like, some kind of
I'm
ship
sorry.
in the air?
Well, they do have the airships, yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
one of them
that
got
thing.
on a boat.
Yeah. Start writing down plans for a APC for us.
God. Oh no.
Upon seeing the paper, Cayenne would already be getting up.
Cayenne just gets up and she's heading for the door already, as Cayenne does.
Yep.
Bye,
Yeah.
sis.
Augie is going to take that cue to finish her breakfast.
Yeah.
Wipe herself down with whatever cloth or towel or whatever's there.
Do you grab Scav on your way out?
So, I'm
Pick up
following
Scav
behind.
by his tunic.
Well, that works too.
You probably still got food in your mouth, just eating it, being
I'll
carried.
show you.
Come on, we're
Remember that
going.
video of the gremlin cat trying to grab the cake?
As
That's
he's
me
trying to
with the
grab her
pancake.
more food.
This,
I'm not
machine.
done yet.
So that we can all travel together.
Just trying to grab a pancake. Like, no.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Comfort.
All of the it's gonna make it huge.
I'll fucking bake it.
Okay,
What did you expect?
let's start with 2 absolute requirements that
That's
you
a 21.
We all
Okay.
fit in it.
Hey,
have. Okay.
you too.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's one. What's the other one?
So, you head out, going to the druid's circle.
Yes.
Okay.
Augie turns back to the other two. Are either of you coming?
Where you going?
We're going to the Hunters Guild so we can turn in this sack of shit.
Oh, okay. Hey, Augie. Show you the plans of my APC.
It looks like it was actually drawn by Scab.
Yeah, it's a rough draft. What comforts do you need in here? It's a
In
machine
what?
that carry us all.
You do manage to grab a pancake.
Yes.
I'm going to build them
That's
eventually.
a terrible idea.
Check
No,
your
it's an
message.
awesome idea. How's it a terrible idea?
Are you coming or not? Put your strange contraption designs away.
Well, roll it up. Write down. Write down the things that Mongo told me, and then put everybody else's names. What 2 things do they absolutely must have in here?
Cayenne's already gone.
Well, yeah, when I get to them.
Are you all Are the 4 of you going to the guild,
Of course.
or are you going off to the
Where
magic
you
shop?
want?
I think I'm gonna head off.
Okay.
Where you going?
I got a couple other things to do. Yeah. I mean, just gonna root through the barrels, see what brought back.
That sounds like fun.
Then I'm gonna go tell Bolt. Actually, you know what? You should probably come with on that one because she wanted to know how the bottle of fire stuff worked. And yeah, after we kind of surrounded it with a few other things.
I'll go with.
Okay, so you two head off to the Hunters Guild. You guys basically head out the front door, and where you think you're all going in the same direction, they head off in the opposite direction. And you hear them talking about the potion and explosions and other things. And you're already far down the road away from this. Because I'm sure you would speed up pace if you heard any of this.
Yup. Dead gallop. As graceful as she could.
Should we go through the stuff first? Or take it with
But
us?
we know how
No,
that
no.
went in a field.
I'm not taking it with. I'm just gonna look through it first.
Oh, okay.
So you're just stopping off to look through it?
Yeah, the barrel wherever we wound up stashing that when we got back to the city.
There's a bunch of stuff in there, apparently.
Okay.
Mhm.
You guys head towards the Hunters Guild. You guys get like about maybe a few buildings down, immediately turn around and go back to
Whoops.
back to the tavern, head inside and upstairs, and you drag out the barrel.
Yeah,
Both you guys do an investigation.
Yep.
All right. It takes a while, but you eventually do get back to the Druid Circle, and the only one that is there is actually Innistra. And she's just kind of sitting there, and she's just almost it's on kind of an odd sight. She's just kind of on her knees, and she's kind of bent over, and there's a mushroom in front of her, and the mushroom just kind of seems to upsprout, turn, and it shuffles off through the grass.
What was that?
She looks a bit startled. Oh, yeah, that was Cap. He's doing a little reconnaissance for me.
That would have been very useful for what I experienced for the past couple of days.
A few of his lads have informed me of your adventure because they didn't get very sound sleep because of it.
Oops.
Yes, and I actually have some baubles to show you. I don't know if there's any foul magic attached to them.
Oh no, the fowl scattered to the wind.
Terrible.
Wonderful.
I would present her with the baubles from the staff.
She takes them and looks them over a little bit, setting them down in basically a circle. She puts a few stones around the circle with various runes on them. She's like, huh. Well, these are a desecration of nature.
I'm happy to report that nature has reclaimed the camp.
Word's getting around that it has, but it's kind of an unknown about how quickly that it's doing it.
From what I had been told from my brother, I had nature following me.
She looks very perplexed at this, and she's like, "Okay, well that's not unheard of, but it's a new one in my book."
From what it had seemed, after the fight with the shambling corpses and giant carrion evil bird, that took life out of me.
Oh, okay, how are you feeling right now?
I feel rested. I slept like a rock. My sister and one of my brothers, however, woke up. Very, very bad dreams that may be due in part to my other brother exploding a building.
Okay. She's just sitting there just like,
It has been a whole level of insanity that is hard for me to understand.
yeah, I've seen a volcano in person and it doesn't quite compare to what I'm currently hearing.
But the good news is the shambling undead, the giant bird, they're gone. We dealt with them, and it seemed as though what was bleak is starting to come back with life again.
Well, it's all good news.
I shot vines. I actually shot a vine out, and I managed to get rid of a corpse. I should have stayed a corpse, but it was moving.
The undead and walking is very unnatural and against nature, and returning it back to rest is a very good thing. Especially if it's possibly a giant carrion bird. It's really disconcerting.
Yes.
She motions for you to have a seat with her. She's like, let's begin to take apart these effigies of the undead and return them back to nature.
I'll help her with that.
So you sit with her, and she begins to show you the way of actually disassembling them to basically bless them with nature to return them back. Would you guys roll on your investigations?
17.
17?
13.
Wow, above a 5. I'm impressed.
What's an Arcana?
Arcana? I said investigation.
I know, that's what I say. You usually roll low on Arcana.
I usually roll piss poor on Arcana. I need a hope and a prayer.
Usually, yeah.
You guys get the barrel open and start going through it. There's the usual, there's like, oh my god, please don't tell my wife that I became a bandit type note in there. There's also some gold pieces and some silver pieces and some copper pieces, and you guys begin to set those out and count them. You do see that there is actually like a really rough sketch of the thing that you killed, essentially, in there as well. You do find an actual, like, crumpled up scroll in there. It looks like it's seen better days. Some of it might need to be restored.
Roll it up as carefully as possible.
Part of it falls off. You do find a piece of paper in there that you can't really identify what it's for.
Flip it upside down, try to read it again.
No luck.
What you looking at, buddy? Take a look at it.
Alright, go ahead.
Investigation, I guess?
You have 15 copper pieces.
21.
21? I'll get to you in a minute.
Yep.
Try not to lose my train of thought
Yep,
here.
yep.
15 copper.
15 copper, 5 silver pieces, and 3 gold. Okay. You look at the paper and you try to examine it. It's got a bunch of words on it that you're just trying to make out, and it's not in common.
Okay.
But it seems like something official because you do see a wax stamp on it.
Bump it out. Maybe
So-
both can identify it.
You two get to the Hunters Guild. Oh, there is one other thing in there. You do find a stone with a rune on it.
I start looking at the room.
You can't make heads or tails of it, but you can certainly try with Arcana. So, you guys get to the Hunters Guild. What are you doing?
Definitely gonna be going in. Actually, Augie, you have the contracts, right?
I thought you had the contract.
Last I remember, Augie had it, but I'll double check my notes real quick.
17.
17?
She's gonna paw around herself, try to find the contract on her person.
Alright, do an investigation. You look over the rune, you kind of flip it over, and you're kind of trying to match it up with something in the book. Nothing lines up.
Yep, Augie has the contract.
You search your pack, Augie, and in the very bottom of your pack, that's been tumbled and flipped over, you find it all crumpled up.
Fantastic! Because that was a 10.
And, well, you ready?
Oh, here it is! Yeah, I did have it. Look at that.
Let's go inside, I guess.
Alright. So you head inside.
Yeah.
And there is a whole lot of nothing going on in there today.
Slap the contract on the table.
Hello?
On the desk.
The dwarf looks over at you and she's like, uh-huh.
We have a contract to turn in.
Yeah, the bell rang.
Right. Augie, you have the bag, right? With all the stuff in it?
Oh, you mean this bag?
Yes.
Just slap that on the desk too, let it open itself with all the viscera falling out.
So,
She looks at it and she looks at it oozing off the table.
So the contract called for bandits. There were certainly bandits, but nothing mentioning undead.
Alright, which one of you is
You sent
volunteering?
us. Excuse you. Whose bright idea was it to not get any information on what was actually going on there? And we had to go take care of, as he said, some undead problem.
Okay, first of all, the guards actually asked us to handle a contract regarding bandits. So that's what is on the documentation. Again, which one of you is volunteering?
4?
So we can find out what actually happened.
I'll do it, I guess.
Alright. She brings over and she rings a different bell. And as you're kind of waiting a little bit, another person comes walking out. And it's a furbolg, and the furbolg is like, yeah. Which one is it? And she points to you, and the furbolg comes over and just crouches down next to you. Relax. Don't tense up. You're tensing up. I said to relax.
Hey.
And they stick their big furbolg hand on your head, almost engulfing it fully. Okay. Now think about the events for me. Slowly,
Okay.
with ease.
I'll-
Just ease it in.
I'll think about it.
Gently.
Good thing Nikolai didn't go there to do it. His brain's going crazy right now.
Oh. I need to roll a will check for me.
Alright.
She
18.
would've gone full CW.
18?
18.
It's not a painful process, but you can almost feel like while you're just thinking about the events, you're just kind of you kind of like blank out a little bit, And you, as Scab, in your own head, you're staying in a field that's just green pastures, as far as the eye can see, with rolling hills. You're like,
What the hell is going on to the screen there?
huh?
There's something wrong with the power supply.
The screen is doing a race.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it's just green rolling pastures as far as you can see.
Okay.
And, you're instantly just snapped back into your own body after a few moments of just looking around this area. And the Phobog stands up and, it's a mess in there. But they pull out a piece of documentation and they write down some things on it. And then they basically, get a pike and run it through and bind the two contracts together and stamp it. And the other hunter stamps it as well. Story checks out.
At
And
least it's not the men in the white coats.
and they head back to the door. No, that's for you, buddy.
Yeah, probably at this point.
And the dwarf looks at you. Ah. They're looking at the documentation. Bandits. Undead vulture thing. Alright. They roll up the scroll. They drop it into a bucket after putting a ring on it. And they slide over a bag of coin.
Pick it up and...
You're not tall enough to reach up there, buddy.
Oh.
Augie's going to pick up the bag of coin and start counting it on the table.
While you're expecting like actual coins, you see they're like actual like small ingots of like actual metal with the Hunters Guild insignia on it.
How many ingots of each denomination do we have?
There's 10 gold ones and there's 2 platinum ones.
Okay.
The
Slide
dwarf
goes
look-
back into the bag.
The
cinch
dwarf
up the
look-
bag.
The dwarf
and
looks at
toss
you.
it into her backpack.
You clearly dealt with something far worse than we could have ever imagined out there, and I'm sure the city will be thankful of you stamping out that tiny little problem.
Tiny, the forest was dying.
Where I come from, boy, we ain't got trees. Well, there is that one underground forest, but those are giant mushrooms. Anyway, she opens a cask and pours in some ale and starts drinking it.
Well, Augie,
Well, thank you. I think our business is done with that.
Yep, don't forget your second contract to fulfill it. Good luck!
right, the bullets.
Lazy salute, and then usher Scab out the door.
As you guys head out the door, you bump into someone, and it's a tiefling, and they look like a ranger of some sort.
Huh.
They have a bow slung over their shoulder. And they just kind of look at you a little bit, and they're like, please mind your step.
Sorry? Are you a ranger?
They pause for a moment. Yes. Augie's like, no!
I was more doing that to the bumping into us because I thought they bumped into me. I was like, excuse you?
No, it was Scab being Scab and bumping, not watching where he's going.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds about right. I think I might have a couple questions if you're willing to answer some.
Let me turn this in.
Definitely.
Contracts are important to be done on time,
Right.
and I will be back out in a few moments.
Okay.
Nikolai,
Yes.
below you. Anyway, after a few moments, probably about 10 minutes,
The blade. The dog.
the tiefling comes out. They're like a vibrant kind of red color, almost like ram-like horns. And they're like, okay, my business is complete. How can I help you?
I'm sort of new to this whole adventuring thing. And, was wondering if you had any tips or anything that could probably help me out.
Well, any adventurer, the first tip they usually get is don't die.
Of course. So far, I've been doing okay with that.
They look over at you.
So far. I think I may have passed out once or twice. I don't remember.
As a kobold, you're prone to dying at a very young age.
Yeah, so I've heard.
The last kobold I traveled with was split in half by a dragon.
That sounds scary.
Yeah. Don't let a dragon seduce you.
That kind of torn
Oh.
half.
That kind of torn it out.
Damn!
What the fuck?
Well then.
Man.
Reverse bard!
Reverse bard.
Look,
Oh,
I
yeah, I
kill
threw
him
that
with
at you
kindness,
guys.
but fucking hell.
So-
I'm sort of
You told
a,
me I was bad.
I'm sort of a ranger in training, per se.
They look to you, Augie. They're like, Dragonborn, I don't know your name. I don't mean to insult you, but I think you can get lost for a while. I'll look after. I
I
will.
have things to do anyway.
I'll look after.
Scav,
I'll meet you guys back at the tavern.
Little
don't get in
kobold.
trouble.
Of course.
Little kobold, large dragonborn. I will give you a professional tip of courtesy. Do not sign a contract with my kind, nor the of the kitsune kind. Very dangerous. Now you may leave.
Wow.
She'll head off back to the tavern and wait for her sibling.
And they take you off to basically teach you some stuff about rangering.
Fun
Could
times.
we you into a contract?
It's-
I don't know about that. I think he's learned his lesson.
Well, you're now owed a favor, or you owe a favor now.
So you're in the room going through the stuff, and the door comes bustling open as Augie comes in.
Hello, Augie. Look what we found.
So as you guys can talk amongst yourselves
Okay.
about what you found and discovered.
I hold up the room.
Okay,
Take the room.
pause one more moment. You look at the rune, Augie, and it seems to almost hum in your hand.
Poke at it. What is it?
And it seems to hum in your hand, but if you were to give it back to Mongo, it just seemed to go completely null again.
That's weird.
Can I see it?
While you guys talk about the weird rune, she looks at you, and a few of the spores that are just kind of floating about in the air, they seem drawn to you as well. Almost like little bees or fireflies.
I'm just gonna kind of just be looking around them like, what's going on right now?
She looks over at you and she's like, I think they like you.
Reach a hand up to see what happens.
If you don't mind on your actual fingertips, you just kind of sit there and do nothing really.
Just be awestruck by this. 'Cause it's a new experience.
You guys can carry on about the room.
Can I see it, Augie?
Hand it over to Nicola.
It seems like a rock with a symbol on it to you.
Try to make sense out of the room.
Go ahead.
What shall I roll? Attempt to.
Arcana.
Arcana. 25.
25. While you don't understand what the rune is, you do make a perfect representation of it.
Okay.
That's about as far as you get.
Okay.
You're gonna give it back to Augie? Or just
Mongo, maybe you should identify this.
give it back to you?
Like, apparently it does something.
Make sure I've got enough room.
Okay.
Ritual, identify, and make a show of it.
The hat kind of slides to your side a little bit, becoming unadjusted again.
I adjust it back.
It
I'm
goes,
going
it
to
slides a little bit.
watch this process very closely this time.
All right. Do an investigation. Go ahead and do a performance and Arcana there. Yeah.
Which one
So
first?
when she looks at you and she sits with Lois, she's like, "Huh.
Perform.
It seems like by your
Try
recent
to prepare
events of your brush with death, you might be drawn to my circle a bit more than you're thinking."
It was
Oh,
pretty
that's not bad.
interesting
Okay.
seeing the effect that decay took on nature. I wasn't a huge fan of it at all. Being bitten by shambling corpses that should not be.
Shambling.
Very much so. Some of them were kind of quick, some of them were very slow, and one of them tried to bite without a lower jaw. Interesting spectacle. But reading more in the book, I was more interested in your circle more so than the others.
She just smiles a bit. It's almost like a smile of victory over the other druids who visit here. And she gets up and she goes over to a tree and she reaches into the knob of a tree and she takes out a bag of coin and she peels it and she just puts it in her pack. And then leaves a note there in Druidic.
They're
She
taking
won the
bets
bet.
on what circle. Wow.
And she sits down next to you and she opens the bag and she gives you a couple of gold pieces.
Oh,
She's like, "It's not fair for me to take all of the credit." Go ahead and roll a nature for me. What'd you roll there, Mongo?
Performance was a 17.
Mm-hmm.
Arcana was a 13.
Roll that shitty performance Arcana?
that was a 7
Again?
in nature.
Okay.
Again?
No, come on, let's see it.
Oh,
Come on, buddy.
oh, fuck.
You're the one that did this.
Performance.
Yeah. Perform for us. Dance, little monkey.
That's Kitty, thank you.
Let's go, short stack. Why are you clumsy? Go ahead.
Yeah,
Wait for it.
first, get the ball,
Mm-hmm.
open it, have it follow.
It kind of just floats around a little bit. You clumsily go ahead.
Yeah,
Side thing. You clumsily start to put together something, but she helps you, and you form your first basically like little. You can carry it with you, and it's kind of like a little garden for fungi and things like that. And you kind of see the spores gathering around it. And you can just actually attach it to your pack, and it'll just got a little veil to it too.
right,
Please
so
tell me it looks like a little mason jar.
Sure,
nothing up the
we'll go with
sleeves,
that.
Yes.
pull a pack of cards, prestidigitate a pack of cards out of nowhere.
Okay.
Okay, but Cayenne's little gremlin face when she giggles like that is amazing.
Right? Right?
That's a compliment, dear.
Does that
All right.
part. I can't actually do that in person. Yeah. That part where they kind of,
The river.
yeah.
Okay.
Then just kind of throws the pack from one hand to the other, throws the other card out for one of the rooms, and just kind of keeps doing that, trading hands back and forth.
Over the course of the hour that it takes you to do this,
Yeah, it is a ritual spell, so it
Yeah.
does take about an hour. He's dancing around like a fool.
Yeah. you're watching this for an entire hour of Mongo making a fool of himself.
That's
In a
an
good
18
way.
on my
In a
investigation,
good
by the
way.
What were you investigating again? Because Mongo threw me for a loop.
I'm
Oh,
watching the ritual, but mostly I'm watching the rune to see what actually happens with the rune.
okay. You finish the ritual, and you're watching very, very closely. Your nose is almost right up to the magic symbols, like a very inquisitive crocodile. And you finish your thing, and nothing happens with the rune. Nothing comes to your mind. Nothing at all. It doesn't even like glisten or anything like that.
Do I get any inklings? About it?
Congratulations. It's a rock. It's a very pretty, very well-rounded,
Well,
well
I don't know why, but I
described
kind of like this
rock.
rock.
It's all yours.
Fantastic. I'll hold on to it.
You pick up the rock, and it kind of almost hums in your hand as you hold on to it. The rune, as you look at it from everybody else's view, the symbol does glow a little bit.
Mm.
She was him on the head.
No, that's Scav.
She got hit on the head like a lot.
A lot.
Big head trauma. But Augie did just get recently blown up, so it
So-
might have knocked a few brain cells loose.
The Tiefling Ranger spends some time with you, showing you how to track things, specifically monstrosities, and they're like, "So you don't like monsters?"
Let's just say my family and I have been dealing with them for quite a while.
My grandfather was destroyed by a beholder.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's
What is a beholder?
a floating ball of meat with teeth and many stalks with eyes on them and one giant eyeball that shoots a bunch of death beams in every direction.
Oh,
Fuck that.
right.
Oh, that's terrifying.
I certainly don't like that idea.
It's not even the worst kind of them.
There's more?
From what I understanding, there's quite a few varieties of them, and each worse than the last.
Well, that certainly sounds like a very bad time.
I'm sure the world is filled with many different kinds of monstrosities, and personally, I don't want to live to find out about them.
I don't think I want to deal with monsters either, but somebody has to, right?
They pat you on the head very gently. You have fun with that. Be brave for the rest of us that don't want to deal with them.
I'm in danger. Okay.
But the tiefling does actually give you the ropes of how to actually do things.
Okay.
And they do teach you your first spell, which is Hunter's Mark.
Oh, nice.
Be sure to use your keen eye to spot their weaknesses. It will help you in combat. But as one enemy falls, be sure to avert your gaze to the next one.
So, how exactly do I do this?
You focus on whatever it is that you're trying to mark, and it just kind of happens.
Alright. Well,
Scab and focus.
I can certainly try.
Scab's new motto: maximum effort.
Here we go. Alright.
That's a better part of your entire afternoon. And that's a better part of your entire afternoon as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to Pulse, right?
Yeah.
You
Head
do.
over to Pulse.
What are you doing, Augie?
Augie is actually gonna take this room and head over to what could be considered a library in the city.
Okay. Wow, somebody's actually going to a library kind of place. Okay. You guys head to Pulse's Imperium place. And she's sitting there as usual. And as you walk in, Pulse looks over. Mongo, I have a joke for you. A group of adventurers. One is avenging his brother's death. The fighter says, "You have my sword." The ranger says, "I have the bow." The necromancer says, "I have your brother."
Beautiful.
That's
Speaking about necromancers, we got a story for you, Bolts.
Pulse looks over.
Why didn't the monster ask his crush to the prom? He wasn't kobold enough.
Ah.
But seriously, necromancy isn't funny.
Do an intelligence. Do an intelligence for me.
Fuck, that's
That was cocked as hell. I can see it from
Yeah.
here.
That was good, but intelligence, 15.
You remember? Actually, it's a wisdom. Sorry, not intelligence.
Oh,
I just broke
minus
you.
1
Huh?
from that.
Okay. You remember instantly as he says this, and you about a story, and you remember you promised Coin the story first.
Shit. That's right, you did.
No, he knows this. It was his check.
That's right. Okay, that's right.
I'll tell you why I don't find necromancy funny as I try to prestidigitate myself clean. But I just wanted to stop by and tell you that bottle of fire turns out when you add 1 or 2 things to it, can make a very large building fall down.
It was amazing.
Pulse kind of perks up at this, starts looking at a list of ingredients. I'm going to commission one 3 times as big.
Oh fuck.
Ooh,
Yeah,
what do you
unfortunately,
wanna
I
blow
promised
up?
I'd tell somebody else the story first. Kind of give you exclusive rights. Yes.
Oh.
I guess I'll be back after a little while. But just know that that bottle was tremendously handy.
As you're talking, the doorbell rings behind you, and you see a Warforged walk in with copper robes on, and a pointy hat, and a beard made of like curled
I
metal
was like,
shavings.
what?
Probably like a bunch of wires and stuff. Yeah.
Curled metal shavings.
Alrighty, that's pretty cool.
And they just stop and they look at you and they look down at you.
I look up.
They pick up your hat.
Hey,
They walk over to the table and set it down. They take off their own hat.
sleeves up. I vaguely remember this from the Tiefling that I
Pulse,
got the book from.
Pulse looks over. He's a local. He does this stuff without explanation. Give him a moment. It's okay. He takes out his spell book, and it's a bunch of gears just interlocking each other.
Fucking wonderful, and I love it.
And
I'm stealing that if I ever play
And
Warcraft with
each
it.
gear has runes on it, and you see them just kind of rolling out of each other, almost out of like the thin air. and he reaches it up and he grabs one and he pulls it out and he turns it, and you see all these runes just kind of float around and it kind of curl around your hat. And he turns it a little bit, almost kind of tweaking it, and you see all the other gears turning as well, and they finally lock in place and you see them all turning in unison, and they all fold back up, and he just takes it, puts it back in his pocket, and all the runes just into like little gears falling across everything, dissipating. And he walks over and he sets the hat back on your head.
Adjust it.
It is a sentient hat. Bag of holding. Congratulations. And he goes over to Pulse and sets down a bag of coin, and Pulse points to a crate. He goes and picks up the crate and walks out past you.
Did he say sentient?
Pulse is like,
What's a bag of holding?
he very much did. Congratulations, you have a very rare item there.
So I don't understand. What's a bag of holding?
A bag of holding is a object like a sack or a backpack that you can put almost an entire house worth of things in.
That's a
And
big bag.
But it doesn't get any bigger. Pulse goes over and she climbs it. She just goes up a ladder and she pulls down a bag, and it has a bunch of like stitching on it. It looks like it's seen many adventurers. She's like, mine. She opens it up. She starts taking out books, just stacking them up.
Whoa.
Takes out a few potions. She takes out like a little dollhouse and sets it down. She takes out a few other things. She takes out a little jar of bobbins and sets it down.
That's so cool. You can put a bunch of stuff in your hat?
Sorry,
This
sentient.
umbrella.
It has personality.
I use Mage Hand to take off his hat and just start putting my stuff in there.
And you're trying to put stuff in there and it's not working for you.
Doesn't work.
I look right at the hat and say, sentient?
The hat goes,
I actually notice it going
What?
forward.
yeah,
Do I start putting it together?
yeah.
Been running around with you on my fucking head for how long and you didn't say anything?
It might be the quiet type.
What's its name?
Never fucking told me.
I'll ask it. Hey, hat, what's your name?
That is humph.
Humph? I guess it's Humph.
And you can feel like air come down along the side of your head.
I don't think the bag of holding part's working. Start gathering up my stuff. Put it back in my bag.
The old jar.
You put it in, and it just kind of dissipates from your hand
Whoa.
into the bag. It doesn't come back out. You reach in, you grab the ball, and pull it back out. Mongo just broke in this entire game.
So it works for you? That's cool.
Put it back in. Dissipates again. Put it back.
Carefully, because I don't want to fall into the bag of holding.
Nothing happens. It just sits comfortably on your head.
That's cool.
So, like, all the times you wouldn't sit straight, what, were you just, like, mad at me or something?
No response at all. Cayenne, you work your way back to the tavern.
Call him Humphrey from now on.
And, Scabbard, you work your way back to the tavern, and as you get near the tavern, you spot each other.
Hi, Cayenne.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm awake.
Augie, you get to the library.
Fantastic.
What are you two doing?
I've been busy.
How do I get one of those bolts?
So have I.
You have one?
I learned something pretty cool.
Can I buy yours?
She puts her pack behind the counter.
You have another one?
I can get you one. It's not going to be cheap.
How much are they?
Let's see what the current running rate is in this town for this.
Yeah, as I'm trying to fucking wrap my head around this, I just pull the thing out and just
Well, it
start
seems to
fidgeting
wrapping
with it.
your head around it.
Yeah. I just kind of start fidgeting with the tube that I have yet to get opened.
Yeah, you can. You two can share your experiences.
Well, I've been pretty busy training with another ranger. They taught me something pretty crazy. I learned a spell.
Oh no!
I don't like those words.
Well, it's a very simple one. Nothing like what Mongo and
Pulse looks
what
at you. And she's like,
Nikolai can do.
because I like
But
Bazil,
Nikolai doesn't really have
I will give you a
spells.
discount,
He can make fire with
3,000
Yeah,
gold
there's that.
pieces.
The kicking offense.
That's a lot of money.
It's normally 4,500.
That is a hell of a discount. While we greatly appreciate it, more than we can probably articulate, we don't have that much.
Is there something I could do for you?
She looks at you.
No.
Mm,
Something you can do for you?
no.
No.
Perhaps volunteering your family members for tasks is the best idea.
I didn't
So, I'll
volunteer, I just asked.
You get to the library, or what resembles an actual library.
Yeah.
The spell that I learned how to do just helps me focus.
Once I get in there, I'm going to talk to the front desk and ask if they
That
have
seems
any
useful.
Very.
information
I play
or
with
books
mushrooms.
or pamphlets or anything on runecraft.
The grumpy old gentleman looks
I play
at
with
you and
mushrooms.
he's like, he raises his glasses up and adjusts them a little bit. He's like,
Basically show you
Rune
the mushroom mason
craft.
jar.
may I
Terrarium.
see
Ah.
the rune?
Place it on the desk.
They
Oh,
look-
place it in his hand. Sorry, I didn't see you put your
Yeah.
hand out.
It's all good. He looks at it. He gives it back to you. He goes rummaging through some of the books he has. He's like, He finds a scroll and then he's just kind of looking at it, reading through it a little bit. He rolls it back up, tosses it on the shelf. Spends a good 20 minutes rummaging around through different books and things. And he comes back and he sits down in a small book and he's like, well, what I got is this. What was I talking about? Oh, this book. Right. It could possibly belong to the Order of Rune Knights, and he turns around and slides it over to you so you can look at the information.
I'm sorry, the what?
They're a type of fighters. They, wow, I went full Southern here.
Yeah, that's
Whoa!
pretty southern.
Wow! I'm not gonna be able to like jump back into that now.
You channeling Reba over there?
Oh my god. So it. Oh my
I knew
god.
Cayenne was a little southern, but damn.
Yeah. They deal with primarily giants magic and runes. Which is this? And the writing itself looks like a doctor wrote it out, essentially.
Oh god. Is there any way we could translate this book? She seems to be struggling calling it a book because of the chicken scratch.
Oh, it is very much chicken scratch. So, do you guys leave pulses?
Yeah, I guess we have
Yeah.
nothing else to do here.
I'll be back once I can tell you more.
Okay. As you get back to the, you guys head back to the tavern, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys downstairs or upstairs in the room, talking to each other?
We were downstairs.
Probably
Okay.
downstairs.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
be downstairs. Kind of.
Well, I was asking them.
Oh.
So you guys head in and you see him at the usual table, talking to each other over some drinks.
How
He
long
look-
have we been out before we went to the tavern, actually?
It's almost, it's later in the day.
Alright, I would have definitely stopped by the tinkering shop on the way.
Okay.
Because apparently someone who's not going to be incredibly rude to me,
Okay.
or maybe not incredibly rude, is going to be there. So
Okay.
ask
I go
him
with him.
questions.
All right. We'll add that onto your docket of things to do. He looks at you and he's like, unfortunately, don't think this can actually be translated. You're gonna have to go a town over. They have a much more consistent library. They also have a fighter's hall there, which might actually be able to tell you a little bit more about this. They closed the book.
Well, thank you for the information. I'll consider that.
I would hold on to that if it speaks to you. It's kind of important, I
It
think.
hums.
Well,
I don't really call that speaking, but it hums.
that's kind of speaking in a hummy kind of way. So you head out back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You get to the Tinkerers Guild and you head inside.
Different person at the desk.
It's actually it's a very different person there.
Oh, okay. Go in and greet this person. Who am I looking at? What am I looking at?
It's a female gnome,
Ooh, no.
and she's got goggles sitting on her head.
Hello.
She's like, "Hello, small."
My name is Nikolai.
His name's Boom.
Boom, Nikolai. Oh, so you're. Oh, I got it. You follow our way of actually naming. So your name would be Nikolai Boom.
Sure. My sister gave me that name.
Which line of your generation are you?
As I know is I have a mother and father someplace.
Okay, so you
They may
are.
have come through here. They look a lot like me, apparently.
So you're Nikolai Boom the second.
Okay. Nikolai Boom the second. Okay. What's your name?
Audrey Fourth Cog, Ninth Pass, of the Little Hat Guild, 14th, Section 9, Ambrose Lane, Hunter's 4th, Big Guild.
Please tell me you wrote it down because I hadn't gotten to the point where I could type anything up yet until you finished.
I guess you will have to watch the
Yes.
post stream to get the notes.
I got Audrey. Do you go by Audrey?
Yes,
Hello, Audrey.
most bigs have trouble with no names, as they're usually.
I had a friend who was a gnome before. She was cool.
What was her name?
It was so long ago. But she was like conspiracist theorist. Like everybody was like up to something. She was weird. It was a very long time ago.
Perhaps her parents were part of the information network.
The what?
Information network.
Information. Interesting.
She looks over at you.
Nikolai's gonna give a 10
She looks over at you. She's like, "Oh, a munchkin tabaxi." You know, in the big city, one of you is a tinker.
Really?
Yeah.
Audrey, I do
Stop
have
by
to
and
say
say
you're a
hello.
much more pleasant
They actually
person than the last guy.
invented the automated back scratcher.
I'm not sure what that is, but I think I need one.
Well, I saw it in person. It's actually really interesting. I don't like it personally, but it's kind of like this rough, fuzzy thing, and it latches onto a pillar, and it just moves up and down, and you can put your back against it, and it just keeps scratching your back.
Definitely need one of those.
Definitely something a tabaxi would make.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, and the other thing that they invented was a automatic deploying umbrella.
I don't know who this person is, but I love them already.
She's a local there. You'll love her.
What's your name?
Her name?
Yeah.
Red Dot.
Red Dot.
Because she lays claim that she's caught the infamous Red Dot.
Oh, that is just not. Just hold my tongue.
In which city is this?
The main city.
The main city?
Are you familiar with what it is?
No. What's the name of it?
She just kind of lets out this big puff of air. God, look at my notes now. Mother fucking little rodent. Luckily, it's easy to look up for me. Casil is the capital city.
Casil?
Mm-hmm. Everybody just started. I hear all this typing from across the room. So Augie, you go back to the tavern. Yeah. You head in and you see your two siblings at the table talking to each other. Scabbard in one piece.
Well, I found out what that rune is.
Oh, you mean the rock?
You're not there.
Oh, right. Sorry.
You've never heard of this at all yet.
A rune.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I thought Mongo told you about it.
No,
I wasn't
thought
here.
I'd seen it
There's
all
a-
day.
Weird symbol on it.
She looks at you. So, how can I help you?
Okay.
You guys can carry on between the three of you.
So you say a small
What was that guy's
cup
name
with the rune on it?
before you? Big Tabaxi.
The
He was very good.
the orange tabaxi.
Yes.
Oh. Angry under Moon's Oasis.
Angry under Moon's
Yes.
Amu?
Yes. He's not very happy as his parents are very. Yeah.
Okay.
They wanted him to be a paladin, he chose to be a tinker.
So, I got a question for you. Apparently, Riley, Zill, and Biff are all gone, and they're going to be gone for a while.
That's correct.
Okay, so I have questions. You have time.
She looks at the book. She looks outside. Yep.
Are you willing to help me with these questions?
I can certainly try.
Thank you. So,
She walks around the table real quick after she goes down the stairs. She opens up your little front, she picks you up and sets you on the table, goes back around up the table so she doesn't have to lean over it.
okay.
Gets comfy in her seat.
Well, one of my first questions was about, like, can you help me figure out how to make that thing better? It's fragile.
She's like, that's not for us to do, that's something for you to figure out.
Why? I
It's a
understand.
journey of self-discovery.
I know. Is this the one that told me about the like how to test? Like I was like looking for a test. No, it's a different one.
There's lots of gnomes that come through
Okay,
here.
well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, what
You-
city was Red Dot from?
Casil.
Casio.
She's in the capital city.
Well, yeah, I know that I need to figure out how to make this thing better, but I need I needed help with understanding the jumping off point. I just started doing this stuff. And I have all kinds of ideas on what I could do to make this thing better so that the thing that we did last night with me and my siblings, I could be more efficient for to help them.
She looks at you and she's like, with you being so small, I will give you a pointer. Look at nature for inspiration.
That's interesting.
Go think about that. And that will be your jumping off point.
Because I'm so small, in my nature, I can't do many things. That's why I made this.
Not your nature. Nature.
Huh. I don't understand.
She just kind of smiles a little bit and leans back in her seat. It's comfy.
Well, okay, I'm book smart, so
She looks over
I
to
need
you,
something more.
at you.
That doesn't. I don't understand. So just like wrap leaves on it or something.
Think about things that inspired you,
Uh-huh.
and then apply that to nature. For example, I knew a stone giant tinkerer that made a giant robot that didn't last very long because they're a stone giant. It looked like a giant spider that they rode around in.
Well, yeah, that's been one of the things I've been wanting to do. Oh.
Run along, little one, and go think
There
and
you
plot.
go. The light came on.
Suddenly we get a visible thing.
So do you quickly go down and to go start planning?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. You guys head back to the tavern. You head in. So, Coin, she kind of sits down at the table. She's like, "The adventure didn't go so well for you guys, did it? Did it?
We got covered in yuck.
You're not there yet.
Oh, fuck.
We
So
almost got
Coin is at the
blown
table with the
up.
three of us then.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's just kind of leaning on it, and she calls over for a drink. And it's a nice cup of
Well,
alcoholic hot chocolate.
We
as
almost
Kyan
got
said, we got blown up, but it was successful.
We
She looks
managed
at
quite
the
a bit.
three of you, and she's like, "You're missing two. Are they 6 feet under?"
No, nothing like that.
More
They're,
like 6 blocks that way.
they're still alive. They're just dealing with their own matters at the moment.
Okay, as long as I'm not going to say anything. I am just going to keep that to myself.
She fucking make a bet on which one of us was gonna die.
So,
She fucking bet it was me.
so as you guys are explaining to Coin a little bit about the explosion and the fact that there's 6 blocks the other way, you guys walk in. And she's just kind of like, "Well, I'm very, very glad that you guys are alive."
Yes, I
So
suppose
are
you
we.
probably had a wager on whether or not
I
you get the story.
I thought you guys had cleared out because Mama went to go
Silence is
see.
not a
You gotta
signal.
go.
She looks over. There's the other two. I knew I smelled something.
Okay, look. I have been trying to get that fucking stench off me.
No, it's not the stench on you. You smell normal. It's the bullshit coming out of your mouth.
Oh! Damn!
She just takes a sip of her drink.
Aren't you in a fun mood today?
She's like, "Yes, I am. But I'm happy to see you guys are alive." She motions for the keep come over, and she's like, 1 cake, please. Special.
Now,
So,
is this special because it's going to put us to sleep after, or is this special because it's celebratory?
it's celebratory and it's alcoholic.
I can't have that. It would actually probably kill me.
Yes, he has a.
He's allergic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Definitely.
diet cake for you.
Every time he's imbibed, he's gotten sick.
Oh, I've nearly died more than once.
Speaking of dying, a little miscommunication.
Hi, Ann, dear. Glad to see you're alive.
So am I. Because
Sorry.
pretty sure if I would have died, I would have been a shambling undead like what we fought and would have been looking for a certain house and probably eaten them.
He's bite-sized. Even for us munchkins, he's bite-sized.
Why does everybody want to eat me today?
You may
You're
not
a
want to try to
mouse.
eat him. I did that once when we were very young, and he still has yet to forgive me for it.
Same.
Why would I forgive you when you tried to eat me?
I wasn't seriously trying to eat you.
Wait, how? Okay, you grabbed me, and you put my head in your
She
mouth.
rolls out a scroll and
and
she's
bit
making
down.
notes.
How is that not trying to eat me?
He didn't eat you. I smacked him upside the head
did
before he
happen.
did.
To be fair,
I was
we were all
able
very
to
young.
make
Instinct is a
nature
very
come back.
fickle thing. You were like an inch tall mouse. You were
She looks
still like
at
a
you and
foot
she's
tall.
very perplexed about this, and she makes a few notes about it. Huh.
Shows her the picture that Nikolai drew of the vines coming through the scarecrows.
She looks over at Nikolai. She's like, "Wait, you can actually illustrate."
Yeah.
So you're telling? Wait.
How do you think
wait,
I made that thing?
Wait a moment. You're telling me is that you can illustrate better than you can speak it.
I guess. What's wrong with the way I speak?
Don't ask her that question.
You know,
No.
I know quite a few other bards, and some of them are very long-winded, but you, my friends, you can power an entire ship across the ocean.
That sounds cool. But there's just... I have to explain so much to everybody all the time.
And with that, Cayenne will just face palm the table. with
She
her
watches it
forehead.
thump. And the barmaid, she brings over the cake and sets it down. Cuts a piece of slice for each of you. Sets one in front of you, and it looks delicious to you.
Maria's gonna take the tiniest.
Oh.
Roll that contract there, buddy.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Is Scav
Not
going
even roll a
Scav
1
gonna
on
get
a
a
con
rest?
check for alcohol.
No, but
Again.
it wasn't that great. I'll tell you that much, buddy. You were looking at a massive whopping. Let's take a look here. 9.
9.
Let's go.
So, I just so,
the tiniest little piece.
and he takes a tiny little bite of it. It's almost like a small handful for him, and he stuffs it in his little mouth, and you hear his head hit the table, and you just hear snoring. And for the rest of the night, before you actually get to the story about what actually happened to give her rights, because you'll do that in a room, you share cake with Coin and carry on throughout the night, laughing about the experience now that it's behind you. And that's where we're going to call it for the night.
Already?
Yep.
It's
Jeez.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Time flies.
with that, everybody, we are done for the night, and we're leaving it off on a actually rather happy note for everybody. That's until they actually go deal with the bullet.
Right.
Oh,
So, thank you for everybody tuning in and watching us tonight. We're very, very happy that you continue to support us in the stream.
For sure.
Very thankful for everybody. And we will be back next week at our usual time, and we're excited to see you there and see what these guys break next as far as the campaign world goes. All right. Everybody say goodnight.
Good
Bye,
night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Share it with everybody, by the way.
Yes. Thank you.